Zero sugar. That's what I like.
Have you stopped doing your favorite activity due to chronic aches and pains? Let Eastern Physical Medicine and Rehab help. They provide regenerative injection therapy that can help with osteoarthritis, joint pain, carpal tunnel, and plantar fasciitis. Eastern Physical Medicine and Rehab will help you get back into the groove. Eastern Physical Medicine and Rehab, 2245 Stantonsburg Road, across from the hospital. Call 215-9294 for an appointment today.
If you missed Pirate Radio Live, you missed.
Let's get the pumping. And just like that, back on the road when he got told.
And here, let's get the phrase at the end too here.
The job is easy.
Now, was that on the cuff there?
That was right off the hip.
Love it.
That was just.
If you got the tools you need, the job is easy.
So during that pause, you were trying to think of what to say.
Oh, my mind was going. Trying to figure out, okay, what rhymes with need.
Pirate Radio Live, weekdays from 3 to 6, right here on Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington.
Can you be quiet, please? Thank you.
Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
Sustained effort and violence.
I don't care about the weather. I can't control the weather. Don't want to talk about the weather.
Do we not agree?
It could be a total goat rodeo.
Was that supposed to be funny?
Cool, neat story.
A fat, stinky kind of dude that someone thought had a radio voice.
What's wrong with my voice?
Doesn't seem like a real bad guy, but just a bit full of himself and sees himself as a huge radio personality.
Dominating the East Coast.
He looks fat and stinky.
Oh.
And is an absolute bozo.
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
All right, happy Friday to you. A free beer Friday here on Pirate Radio Live on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. We're on 1250, 930. You can find us online, pr927fm.com. And watch the program on Facebook Live and on YouTube. And make sure you like Pirate Radio on Facebook and follow our page with all of our updates. You can watch the show every day on Facebook Live. And also on YouTube, subscribe to Pirate Radio TV on YouTube. And watch the program there, along with the Brian Bailey Show. A bunch of other goodies, including ECU baseball post-game press conferences with Cliff Godwin and the players. So all there for you on YouTube, Facebook. Be a part of the show, chime in, and we'll read your comments on today's program. Coming up on the show, we'll talk to Brian North, set you up for a big sports weekend. We'll talk a lot of basketball with Brian, a little baseball as well. He joins us coming up in about 20 minutes or so. At the tail end of this hour, we'll talk about what's going on in the golf world with Greenie, Mark Greenhalgh, Golf Shop Radio Show. He'll join us coming up later on in hour number 1. At 4 o'clock, our weekly look around the NFL with Tony Dunn. We do it during the season, we do it during the off season, and the NFL gives us enough talking points that you can go a full year talking NFL for an hour every week on a radio show. We will talk Combine. There are some names shooting up the board. One in particular, Malik Willis. Washington's looking for a quarterback. Panthers might be as well. Could Willis be the guy? We'll see what we're talking about, Willis. And also some Cowboys news. Amari Cooper. What about his future in Dallas? Or will he have a future with another team? We'll talk about all that. Also talk about what's going on in Pantherland as well. Saw just a proposed, I don't think it's not a story or anything, just kind of a fan proposed trade involving Christian McCaffrey that I'll run by Chan Man and Tony Dunn coming up in hour number 2. Corey Gloor, play-by-play voice for Tulane, will join us at 5 o'clock. We'll talk about the Green Wave. Another win last night. Tulane has 4 different scenarios. It's likely that Tulane is going to get a bye in the first round of the AAC tournament. What a season they have had in conference play. And Ron Hunter's done a great job with that team. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk some Tulane baseball briefly as they have Mississippi State this weekend. And get to chat with our old friend Corey Gloor coming up at 5 o'clock. That and more on the way. Plus, we'll have our giveaway, our Free Beer Friday giveaway in hour number 3 as well. Bud Light Next is on the line today. We got a 12-pack for you, so stay tuned for that. You could be a winner of Bud Light Next and a large 2-topping pizza to Domino's. All right, there's that. Shirley Rhodes is here. The Chan Man is here, and I believe I saw Content Junkie roll in as well.
Content Junkie is
he is in and out the door.
On the way to Clark LeClaire Stadium for the LeClaire Classic.
Speaking of which, Chandler, I have a job for you. I'm on the basketball beat today. In fact, some people were calling me Big South.
Big South.
So I'll have updates on that. My job for you is to give me a score from Michigan and Maryland.
That's going to be hard to do.
No, Chandler.
Well, why would that be hard?
I mean, Shirley, do you already have it? You know what? I'll do it. How about that?
You just got to do everything.
I'll do it live.
Oh, I'm going to tell you.
Well, you know what?
I'm going to tell you about Michigan baseball in the Twitter.
Look, listen.
What, Si?
First of all,
yeah,
the game should be on ESPN Plus, and I can't find
Michigan
it
beats Maryland 7-4. There's your final score. Goodness gracious. I can't believe you legitimately said we were in such a good mood for today's show, too. And you just ruined it.
Now it's ruined?
That's going to be tough to do, to find a score in 2022. I'm
spitting bars, dude.
I didn't even mean to do that. I gave you one extra.
You can't stay mad with me. You can't stay mad with me.
Chandler, come on, man.
What if I just didn't want to do it?
Just say that. Don't lie to me. Just say, Clip, I'm doing this. I'm not doing that.
I'm not doing anything.
Just tell him, say, I don't like it. I don't want to do it.
Just say it's Friday. It's enough that I showed up to work, and that's all I'm giving you today.
I just got senioritis, man.
I hear you. You want to get out of here. Michigan beats Maryland 7-4 to open up the Keith LeClaire Classic.
It is Cooch Day today, baby.
Happy Cooch Day to those who celebrate. There's our first score we're going to give you on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by Dubuck. Another score to give you. The Big South tournament has been awesome. That might be coming to an end because Charleston Southern's already down 10 to SC Upstate. Earlier today, North Carolina A&T, they pulled off an upset the other day. Today, they took Longwood into overtime. For those that don't know, Longwood is now 24-6 overall. 15-1 they finished in the Big South regular season. And A&T gave them all they could handle, but then they dominated in overtime, 16-2. Longwood outscored A&T. So it looks like a blowout on paper, but in reality, North Carolina A&T had 2 free throws with about 10 seconds left, missed them both, and the game eventually goes into overtime. Longwood handles business from there, wins it 79-65. They go on to the Big South semis. Earlier today in the Missouri Valley, Arch Madness, Northern Iowa, a winner over Illinois State, 78-65 to advance in that tournament. Games going on during this broadcast. Right now, USC Upstate has a 20-10 lead over Charleston Southern, or Cinderella right now. Bradley takes on Loyola Chicago at 3:30 on the Plus. The Citadel and East Tennessee State will play in the SoCon Southern Conference tournament coming up at 5 o'clock. So we'll keep you up with all the scores going on. Mini Madness right here on Pirate Radio Live, presented by Dubuck. All right, got that out of the way. Shirley, Chandler, anything before we get going here with the rundown you guys would like to get off your chest?
Let's see.
I'll take that as a no.
No, I'm trying to think. No, I ain't got nothing.
I'm a little worried, Chandler, that you may not have. You're just not bringing anything to the table today.
Ooh.
I feel like you're tapped.
Ouch. Wow.
You didn't want to find me a score. In fact, you said it would be hard for you to find a score in 2022, which is just a shocking thing to say.
What is there something called the internet or something?
A burglary.
My internet's down. All right. Well, you know what? I'll take it from here.
Have a good show.
All right, I'll ride solo.
Yowzer.
Next thing I know, Chandler's going to act like the mics aren't working over there and just be like, I'm sorry, I can't do anything. Yeah, they can't do anything. All right, well, you know what? I guess I will shoulder the weight for this one. All right, what do we got going on? We've got East Carolina baseball. Chandler did actually add something to the show.
It's Cooch Day.
The breaking news boys have it. Jake Coochmaner will be on the mound for the Pirates today as they take on Indiana State. We will keep you up to date on that one going on at Clark LeClaire Stadium, along with the basketball. Chandler, I don't believe a Saturday and Sunday starter have been named. It was just Cooch announced, right?
No, but we talked about this yesterday with Steve and Igo about there was a potential change in the weekend rotation. He was right. He had a feeling that it would be Jake Coochmaner. I think that was a lot of people's thoughts that Jake Coochmaner would be moved to the Friday start. I do remember Steve and Igo mentioning Jake Hunter being moved to Saturday. But the question is who would that Sunday starter be? I think there's plenty of names that you can throw out there. Carter Spivey, Nick Logus, who had just started on Tuesday against Duke, or Groves.
Yeah.
Kind of very excited to see who will start tomorrow. We do know who will start today. It will be Jake Coochmaner on the mound. And so I was kind of hoping to see Jake Coochmaner on Sunday to play against Maryland, who he actually played against last year in the regional, and then obviously that perfect game that he threw in 2019. So I would be excited tomorrow to see Jake Hunter, the freshman who's looked pretty good on the bump on Sunday so far this season, go tomorrow against Michigan. So but you know, let's live in the present, and the Pirates are taking on the Fighting Larry Birds, the Indiana State Sycamores, and on the bump for the Pirates, Jake Coochmaner.
All right, there you go, Chandler. Your presence is my present today on this Friday. Let's see if Shirley's on her toes today. Steve Hill says Clipper.
Oh, I had to switch screens.
Steve Hill says burglary.
Oh.
A burglary. A burglary.
Steve says two little butt cheeks.
It's two little butt cheeks.
Steve says swinging dingers.
Swinging dingers?
Steve says total goat rodeo.
It could be a total goat rodeo.
Steve says Stephen Igloo.
No.
Stephen Igloo.
I think that's all we got. Well done, Shirley.
Let's get the pumping.
There's the new one.
All right, that's my new favorite. That will be added to the Open at some point in the near future because Bryce Williams saying, let's get the pumping.
Let's get the pumping.
Is that's Hall of Fame material there. Maybe first ballot.
Oh, I don't know who he was trying to impersonate when he was talking. I was going to get new tires today.
Let's get the pumping.
Let's get the pumping.
John Moody, Shirley.
Yep.
He says, safe.
Oh, yeah, this one.
Wait, we'll be talking to Corey Gloor coming up at 5 o'clock. Do you have a bird brain like us and just enjoy sound clips? If so, get your request in and we'll play it for you.
I don't like cocky clip.
Okay, well, I'm not being cocky.
Fair weather idiot.
Like, don't do that.
Don't do that.
Fair weather idiot.
I'm going to start naming ones that Shirley's going to have to look up. So
that's going to be sorry. I'm going to hate you so much.
Hey, I tell you what, the weather is perfect today, though, for this
I
baseball
don't care
game.
about the weather. I can't control the weather. Don't want to talk about the weather.
Steve Hill says, family.
Oh.
I love how you say, oh.
Well, because they're strategically placed on my computer screen, so sometimes it takes me just a half second to find them.
This is almost like, it's not like an IQ test, it's like a cognitive test for Shirley to make sure her brain's still firing.
You know,
I gotta say you're doing a good job.
You know, like the hearing test. You know, when you hear the beat, and you have to figure out which hand to rate. Yeah, that's what it feels like to me.
John Moody says last one, and it's a throwback. Taco meat on my chest.
Oh my God! See, I'd have to find that.
All right, John.
I don't know what
that.
What is
so
that?
So that is Daquan Barnes. I want to say was the player, and he had the nickname Taco. And we asked him, why is your nickname Taco? And he said, because they say I got a little taco meat on my chest.
Yeah, because he had these little curly hairs on his chest, and Coach Ruff said, "Oh, you look like taco. It looks like taco meat on your chest."
He got a little ground beef on his chest,
and I think
a little taco seasoning on there too.
Yeah, so I think it was either Coach Ruff said it first, or the players said it, and then Coach repeated it.
Kevin wants to hear Jeff Charles say Ric Flair.
I have to find
All right,
that
for
again.
whatever reason, we got to save that because
No, we do. We have it. It's just because it was part of an interview.
No, but we
I
gotta
didn't-
have it.
I know. I didn't lift the one particular part.
Ric Flair, woo!
Ric Flair.
Susan Dean says hashtag fire Matt Rule.
Shocking.
We don't have a
Shocking.
sound effect for that.
No, we don't have that.
Maybe we should get Tony saying that. We do have a Panthers sounder, Shirley, that
No.
I might have to pull between now and when Tony Dunn gets here.
No.
So anytime
not
we-
that one.
Or we can just do it
We
live.
can just do it right now. Ready, go.
You see what I put up with, folks?
Yeah. We're in a mood. We're in a Friday mood today, apparently. Do we have a...
Have y'all been in the beer already?
I have not,
Maybe
but we are
not.
giving away some Bud Light next. Coming up later on in today's show, you can be a winner. Do we have a lineup for the game today, Chandler? Sorry I asked. I don't.
That's going to be tough.
It's going to be really tough. I think we might have created a new running gag for the show. Me asking Chandler something, and Chandler say, "You know what? That's going to be tough."
That's going to be tough.
Chandler, can you?
Let me check Hoist the Colors because they usually put out a lineup right before the first pitch. Man, this is so tough right here. My fingers hurt from typing Hoist the Colors.
ECU Baseball has not put out anything yet. Hey, we got Man on the Scene, Content Junkie.
Content Junkie.
Maybe we should ask Junkie to get us some.
Text them and tell them we need the lineup.
We need a lineup, and we need it stat, so we can get that out to our people.
Stat.
Stat to consider. You know, a statistic is a stat you can look at.
Oh, yes, of course. Hold on just one second.
The stats, of course, is a statistic you can look at.
Thank you, Brian Bailey, for that. All right, so
No lineup on Hoist the Colors.
Did you be quiet, please? Thank you.
Can you be quiet, please? Thank you.
That was for Kevin out there listening.
Oh, sorry, and whoops, because I whoopsed.
That was
I hit the wrong one.
By the way, whoops is a sound effect. Shirley, drink your drink and play whoops to prove to the people.
Whoops.
Wow, you're like a ventriloquist. That was very impressive.
Just call me Jeff Dunham.
How does she do that? We'll find taco meat during the break. I will make that it's going to be tough to do, Chandler, but I think we can do it. John Moody wants to be in a good moody on this Friday. John Moody wants to hear the Brian Bailey laugh, Shirley, if you can find that one.
Oh,
too.
that is right over here.
Yeah. Just bringing smiles to people's faces here. Oh, bless you, Bailey.
That was Bailey sneezing.
That was a hearty sneeze from Double B. All right, we have worn out the soundboard. Our soundboard is smoking right now with all the.
Let's get the pumping.
That might be.
I just like to throw that in randomly because it's so random that it has to be placed
And
randomly.
So far, it's about 17 for 17 on making me chuckle every time I hear it. I can't. I got to be honest. It makes me smile. It makes me laugh.
Do we have time to guess a lineup? Or would that be too tough?
You know, Chandler, I'm going to use a line from my friend Chandler and say, that's going to be tough. That might be too tough to do. We'll have one for you shortly. East Carolina playing Indiana State. By the way, big result last night. Cincinnati lost to SMU in basketball.
Oh, did they?
You know what that means? If East Carolina beats Wichita State Saturday, and maybe the toughest place to play, but a very down Wichita State team, East Carolina would be the 7th seed in the AAC tournament. Why is that important, you ask? Well, I will tell you why. A, it would put you facing Tulsa or South Florida in the first round. East Carolina, 4-0 combined against those teams this year. Tough to beat a team 3 times in the same season, yada, yada, all that. But it would certainly give you an easier opponent than what the Pirates would be facing if they are in that 8-9 game. Secondly, if you want to look ahead, it would get them away from Houston until the AAC championship. So we don't want to see Houston. We'd rather see a much more favorable round 2 opponent. And if East Carolina's on that 7-10 game, it would certainly do that. So this is an important game coming up for East Carolina on Saturday. Win, and your dreams of
Win and you're in? No. winning, you're in the 7th seed.
Winning, you're in a conversation about making a run in the tournament. And Chandler, for us, next Thursday, we're going to do a watch-along. We're either going to be doing that at 1 o'clock before Pirate Radio Live, if they're in the 8-9 game, or during Pirate Radio Live, basically, at 3:30, if they're in the 7-10 game. So either way, we'll be with you Thursday afternoon watching East Carolina. All right. You know what, Shirley? This is kind of fun, too.
What's that?
I'd forgotten where. Let me ask you.
Okay.
Top of your head. First thing. When you say two little butt cheeks, what are you talking about?
Oh, two little butt cheeks is a W.
And it came from
the March Madness.
The brackets.
The brackets.
Do you remember the team?
Yes.
Iowa.
It was Iowa and Iona.
Yep.
And because Iowa was also in the same, it was either the same region or same side of the bracket.
Yeah.
And Troy had put
Iowa.
Iona. He either put Iona or Iowa. It was one or the other, and I did not count the point, and he got upset because he said he meant the other team, and I said no because it was not written clearly.
I totally forgot.
Nope, didn't know what I meant. Nope, did not know what you mean.
You pulled it.
I am not a mind reader.
I totally forgot that was tournament related until Redbeard reminded me. He says it's almost time for the March Madness greatest soundbite, two little butt cheeks.
It's two little butt cheeks.
So when you are writing out your bracket this year, folks, remember, if you're writing a W, you're writing two little butt cheeks.
It's two little butt cheeks.
There you go. Just a little PSA from your friends here at Pirate Radio. Right now, USC Upstate is beating Charleston Southern 24-14 in the Big South quarterfinal. Update on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by Da Buck. Da Bucks are hoping that this score will change because Charleston Southern is the Buccaneers, right? We will take a timeout.
Well done.
Come back when we return. Brian North joins us on the Pirate Radio Live line to get you ready for a packed sports weekend. We'll talk to North when we return here on a Friday, a free beer Friday. Bud Light next on the line in hour number 3 of today's show. I think we already got folks calling their shots on social media, so good luck with that. Also, we'll see if we can track down the taco meat sound effect when we return after this.
Do you have any real estate questions about buying or selling residential or commercial properties? Are you curious about this current real estate market? Do you need a property manager for all your rental houses? This is proud ECU alum Scott Harris with RE/MAX Preferred Realty and SD Harris Properties, and I would love to help answer every question you have and show you a real estate experience that will be memorable and enjoyable. Every step of the way, I'm here to make your dreams a stress-free reality. Call me today at 347-1857. That's 347-1857. Go Pirates.
Kinetic Physical Therapy and Wellness is hosting its annual Live Well Half Marathon, Free 5K, and Free 1 Mile Fun Run on Saturday, March 12th at Greenville Town Commons. Whether you're a professional runner or a first-time runner, this event allows you to experience the benefits of exercise and healthy living with your Pitt County community. All courses are U.S. Track and Field certified and safe. From vendors to half marathon finisher medals to an official award ceremony, this family-friendly event provides a fun and vibrant atmosphere. Come out and have a good time. Register today at kptonline.com.
The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of Pirates and ENC. Open 7 days a week from noon until 2 a.m., the Buck features live music every night of the week. Tuesday is karaoke with DJ Captain Morgan. Wednesday is acoustic night. Thursday is the DJ dance party. And Friday and Saturday nights, it's live bands. Check out the Buck's Facebook or Instagram page for more information. The Buccaneer Music Hall. We'll see you at the Buck.
You know what happens when you mess with a 125-year-old legend? You get Topo Chico Hard Seltzer. Inspired by the legendary taste of Topo Chico mineral water and crafted with unique flavors like strawberry guava, tangy lemon lime, tropical mango, and exotic pineapple for a crisp, refreshing finish. Topo Chico Hard Seltzer is a game changer. New Topo Chico Hard Seltzer. Legends never stop refreshing. TC Hard Seltzer Company, Tempe, Arizona, Auburndale, Florida. Celebrate responsibly.
At US Cellular, we know you have a choice of wireless carriers. And while the other guys may limit your choice of free phones, at US Cellular, you can choose any phone from any brand for free. Plus, get unlimited data for just $30 a month with 4 lines. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for US Cellular since 1997. Visit atlanticwireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
The icy treat that can't be beat is Sparky Snowballs. From big kids to little kids, Sparky Snowballs has been making smiles happen for over 20 years. If you're not in the mood to chill out with a snowball, Sparky's funnel cakes and fried Oreos are a perfect Sparky-licious treat every time. Are you having an event, party, or fundraiser? Call Sparky's to come on site. Remember to follow Sparky's on Facebook or visit SparkySnowballs.com to see where they'll be next.
There's no better time to drive away with a quality pre-owned car, truck, or SUV from Greenville Auto World. Greenville Auto World is your authorized rough country dealer. We specialize in lift and leveling kits along with custom wheel packages. Whether you're looking for ground clearance or enhancing the appearance of your vehicle, trust our team for your off-road experience. Greenville Auto World, 3840 South Charles Boulevard across from Hardee's at Bell's Fork, or online at greenvilleautoworld.net.
UBE and PirateWear.com is excited to offer Pirate Nation the largest selection of new ECU merchandise and tailgate supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town, so that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young pirates in to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kids store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking uptown in Greenville. Visit them at PirateWear.com. Go Pirates!
Hi, this is Phil Steele of Phil Steele's College Football Preview Magazine, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
And welcome back. Vacation spots are right here in your very own backyard. Take a trip to a state park and enjoy traditional camping, RV space, and also air-conditioned cabins that can be rented with Wi-Fi. If you're by a lake, be sure to check out the opportunities to rent a canoe or kayak and get out on the water. Your next adventure is right around the corner. For more information, please visit ncstateparks.gov. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip Brock.
All right, we got a lineup. We'll run it down real quick for ECU and Indiana State. Leading off in center field, Bryson Worrell. Lane Hoover hitting second. In left field, the DH is Jacob Jenkins-Cowart. Cleanup man, Alec Makarevich playing third base today. Carter Cunningham will be batting fifth in right field. Ryder Giles sixth in the lineup at shortstop. Ben Newton, the catcher today for East Carolina, hitting seventh. Josh Moylan at first, hitting eighth. And Zach Agnos will round out the lineup, playing second base today. On the mound, the lefty Jake Kuchmaner throwing against the Sycamores of Indiana State. Talk a little baseball, talk a lot of hoops with Brian North, who joins us on the Pirate Radio Live line here on a Free Beer Friday. North, how you doing today, man?
We are doing great, except that I just put gas in my car. So I'm a little depressed, so I could use some of those non-expired Pirate Radio gift certificates to get me through some tough times here, if you have any sitting around.
You 10-4. I'll get those right out to you. And yeah, I guess it's a good thing you're not burning up the back roads as much as you once were now that you're on your morning duties, because those going around covering different high schools and games could cost you a pretty penny these days.
We went through this in, 2008 or 2013-14, and, a lot of things got changed because of it. The high schools started changing their playoffs and going to pods to reduce travel for teams. Didn't work out very well, but the idea was that we were changing the way we did things based on the economics of gasoline at the time, and we could start seeing similar things happening here if we don't get this stuff under control soon.
Well, I guess sending Kinston and Farmville to Sanford is not one of those things, right?
Yeah. Look, I know Bertie girls and the Wilson Prep boys and girls, I mean, it's nice for them. The smaller schools, and they have a shorter trip. But when you have 2 schools located within 30 miles, 3 schools located within 30 miles, and now you make them all travel to Sanford, which St. Paul's is lucky because that's not far from where they are now. But one of the 4 schools there doesn't have to travel very far instead of the other way around. It just seems a little backwards. But maybe they're taking into account that they've had issues with the Kinston-Farmville games the past couple times they played. There have been fights at the stand. Maybe they took that into account. I don't think so. I just think it's typical NCHSAA messing things up here and messing up a golden opportunity. But it is what it is, and if you really care, you'll be traveling to Sanford, and the Farmville Central folks have a lot going on with their teams, and Kinston always travels well when their teams are contending for a state title. So that'll be a lot of fun between those squads.
Brian, I asked noted area sports expert Brian Bailey about this earlier this week. I'll ask another expert now. Is anybody getting Farmville this year? And he says he thinks Kinston could do it. I guess you never, if you're talking basketball, never say Kinston can't do anything because of the history and what they have. But how about this year? I mean, do you think Farmville Central is anybody touching them? Anybody touching the Jags this year?
Yeah, not out of the East, I don't think. I'm not sure what's coming out of the West this year. This is not the most talented Farmville Central team, but Larry Williford's on record saying this is the best practicing team he's ever had, and that's saying something for a guy who's had 4 state championships under his belt, some really good players and guys who have loved the game. So this is a team that is apparently fun to coach, and they do have athletes. Josh Short is really good and having a great year, and they've got a freshman point guard who's really good. So the talent is there, and then you get really good talent that wants to practice and play hard. That, to me, is always better than talent that doesn't want to work hard. So they already beat Kinston once this year, 61-45, in a game that was shortened because of a fight in the fourth quarter between the fans. And I'm just not sure Kinston, they have a really good multi-purpose player, but this isn't the most talented Kinston team I've ever seen either. So I think it would be a real upset if Kinston was able to beat Farmville Central and the boys. And I think girls-wise, the Farmville girls are the 3rd seed. St. Paul's is the 1 seed, but that team is loaded with Journey McDaniel and Maya Joyner, who's headed to ECU. And I would think it would be an upset if the 1 seed actually beat the 3 seed, which is weird to say until it comes to the NCHSAA and the way they seed things.
Brian North joining us. Brian, it's neat because it's kind of the way sports used to be, in college sports especially, not that long ago, where I remember a couple of years ago being at the Eastern Final in Minges watching Farmville Central, and people who know the team were telling me, hey, you see that guy on the bench, he's a freshman, he's going to be really good, and you got this guy not even making the lineup this year, not even being in the 8-man rotation, who's 3 years from now is going to be a star. I mean, it's all, you almost get to see the future as you're watching these guys play. They stick together. Now, I guess, Brian, you've seen a number of times where if you're really good, you'll go to a prep school and get your name out there more. But more times than not, these high school teams like Farmville Central especially, you're able to see what they're going to be 2-3 years down the road. And we used to do that with college athletics. We can't do that anymore with the transfer portal, but it's nice to see that still exists somewhere.
And it's interesting in Pitt County. Now, you'll have your skeptics who say, well, there's open enrollment in Pitt County.
Oh, yeah.
If you're a good basketball player, you can go to Farmville Central, and we've seen a lot of kids do that. We've seen through the years a couple kids from Aiden Grifton and South Central and even North Pitt who have made the commute to go to Farmville Central as a part of that basketball program. But they've got it going. No matter what it is, Larry Williford and the Jaguars have it going on because they've had undefeated JV teams and junior high teams, and there's no end in sight. I mean, the pipeline is going on. For whatever reason, it's going on right now in Farmville, and this won't be the end of the line by any means, no matter what happens this year.
I know I've asked people, I probably asked you this before, Brian. Do you think Larry Williford, like, what do you think his ultimate goal is? Do you think he tries to move on to, I don't know, another high school, go to the college level, or do you think he just wins championships from here till the end of time at Farmville Central?
Well, Larry and I talk quite a bit, and, we're of similar age, and we both have young kids. Larry's got some older kids as well, but he's got some younger kids, and really all he wants to do is coach basketball. He tried the college thing. He was at EC for a while, and then he found a niche in Farmville, and I think all that any coach wants, you get to a point in your life, and you say, okay, if I'm not going to go coach at this elite level of college or go to the pros or something, where do I want to be? I want to be at a place where I can have fun, coach good basketball players, let me do what I want to do, and just stack wins and championships. I think Larry is very happy right now at Farmville Central. It's not that it's the perfect job, and it's not that he couldn't be enticed to go somewhere. I just don't think at this point in his career he's looking to go somewhere because he has such a good thing going on, and he's really enjoying coaching basketball and molding young men who, look, we know Farmville Central on the western part of Pitt County is, yeah, they've had their struggles in their communities and having guys go to the next level and some of those things. And I think he's enjoying kind of molding and sending these guys off to be better young men now at college. So in our talks, he has never said he is itching by any means.
Right.
So it would have to be somebody would have to go after him with a pretty good offer to get him to leave, which could be done. I just don't think he's looking for that opportunity himself.
10-4. Brian North joining us today here on Pirate Radio Live. Brian, final weekend of regular season action. You got some conference tournaments going on. Really enjoyed watching the Big South tournaments and Atlantic Sun tournaments earlier this week, and Sun Belt. We got all kinds of hoops going on. Final regular season game, final North Carolina Duke matchup for Mike Krzyzewski. How about personally, Brian, what have your interactions been like with Coach K during his career and your career reporting?
Yeah, I've been to Cameron Indoor. I've had interviews with Coach K, and I've always said this. He's never a great guy for your quick 7 to 10 second soundbite we like for our newscasts, right? He's never the guy that succinctly wraps something up. He is very deliberate and long-winded in his thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
If you just want to sit there and ask the guy a question, he gives you thoughtful, pontificated answers with really good things that make you think. I always enjoyed, in the older days of going to the ACC tournament, you would always have the open practices, and then the coaches and players would be available for 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, half hour, and you just do what we call a gaggle around them. I can remember sitting there talking and interviewing Coach K, and he would look you right in the eye, and he would, if the question was stupid, he'd give you that "you're stupid" look, but I'll answer it anyways. Or if it was a good question, he would just stare and think about it and pontificate and come up with a really good answer that would never fit in the soundbite hole that you wanted. But when you got done, you were a smarter guy for having asked Coach K questions. So I always appreciated his on-court intensity. I always thought his humor was underappreciated. I always think he had a pretty good sense of humor when you could get him in those situations. I know he's vacationed at the beach a whole lot. When somebody commits to a place for 40-something years and builds it into a program like he has, look at Larry Williford. We take that Larry Williford thing and transfer it to a bigger level at Duke, what Coach K has done there. But I always enjoyed my interactions. Doesn't mean he wouldn't correct you when you were wrong. Doesn't mean he was easily available for you to get interviews with. But I always enjoyed the times I was able to ask him questions or get those rare one-on-one opportunities. I would see him at high school basketball games recruiting. It was rare, but when he was recruiting Brandon Ingram, you could always go up and shake his hand and say hi and just shoot the breeze for a little bit. But I don't know if we'll see this again at this level of basketball. Someone at the same place for 40-plus years, breaking records, winning national championships, adapting their style from when they started, and a guy that probably wouldn't even make it 4 years now with the record he had at the time, but adapted his style to build that program, and then has adapted with the times, going with all 4-year guys to 2-year guys to one and dones and winning championships in each era and decade. It's pretty remarkable when you sit and take in the scope of the whole thing.
Yeah, and good thoughts there, Brian. And it was kind of like seeing a unicorn in Eastern North Carolina if you saw him here, right? Unless it was at the beach, because was it Brandon Ingram who was like his first player east of 95 he recruited to Duke?
Not necessarily recruited. He recruited Stackhouse and a couple others, but they were known that they were going to go to Carolina. That's where they wanted to go. But he did not recruit a lot of guys from Eastern North Carolina. He recruited more nationally, guys that fit the mold of what he wanted, both academically and athletically. But so it was rare for him to go after guys. And so to get Brandon was pretty cool. Brandon broke the mold of the Kinston to UNC thing.
Yeah.
And so I saw Coach at a few games. Roy Williams, I saw more than anybody just because that's what Roy did. And I used to see Mark Gottfried at certain places, coming in on his probably illegally purchased helicopter.
Well, you used to see him at those seedy places you would hang out late night, right, Brian? Sorry.
No comment, but I remember when he was recruiting Bam Adebayo, and he would fly into the north side of Beaufort County, and It was always interesting how he would come into the games and stuff. But no, you would see Coach K at some of those things. But if you saw Coach K, it was almost a done deal. I don't think he wanted to waste his time begging kids.
Yeah.
He had to know they were going before he would get fully committed to show up to your games.
Yeah. When you say done deal and Bam Adebayo, I think about that picture of Calipari and Adebayo sitting on a golf cart shaking hands, and I'm like, yeah, this one's over. As far as
one day we'll tell some of those stories about some of the recruiting of some of those guys, including Bam.
Well, here's one for you, Brian. We're kind of getting off topic here, but I'm fascinated by that you mentioned Brandon Ingram kind of breaking the Kinston to UNC connection. Well, why was that? Was he just wanted to be his own guy? Why didn't he not end up in Chapel Hill like those other guys and end up in Durham for a year instead?
It depends on who you talk to. Brandon never hinted to us when going through the recruiting process that he was Duke was his favorite school. But when he signed or when he verbally committed, he said he grew up a Duke fan, and none of us ever saw that before. It's not like he was wearing Duke garb everywhere.
Right.
But he claims he grew up a Duke fan, and he always liked to be somebody who was just a little bit different and didn't follow everyone else. So he played for Jerry on his AAU team. He knew Reggie Bullock, and Reggie played with Reggie's older brother, Bo. So, he knew all those UNC things. I used to see him at UNC games, but he just wanted to carve out his own path. And when Duke made that offer and told him he could be a one and done and still have a big impact, I think that kind of sold him and his family that was the place to go and to be just a little bit different than everybody else who went through.
Yeah, good stuff. Couple questions here, Brian. I think one answer is easier than the other, but I'll get your take on them both. When we look at the ACC tournament and the AAC tournament, I'll give you Duke versus the field in the ACC tournament, and I'll give you Houston versus the field in the American tournament. What side are you going to be on those two propositions?
My initial thought would be Houston, but the way Duke has been playing and getting better in the whole Coach K factor, the only thing I'm not sure of is, will there be a letdown after this big emotional build-up for Saturday?
Right.
Will there be some kind of, okay, now it's over? I've even heard people slip up on the radio and TV saying this is the last game of his coaching career. I'm like, no, there's this, a couple more tournaments that he needs to get involved in here. And so you just wonder, how does a younger team deal with that? They are playing their best basketball of the season now after their hiatus in early January. So, and I don't know anybody else in the ACC who's playing that great, where I would say, look, upsets are going to happen, and I think we're going to see a ton of upsets in the next couple of weeks when it comes to this tournament format. But I don't know who that would be right now in the ACC tournament. Who's playing that hot? Virginia Tech, maybe, but who's playing hot enough to go in there and beat them at this point?
Going to be a fun weekend, and man, a fun month. The madness is here, and we'll be enjoying it here. You can hear the tournament here on Pirate Radio. A reason I get a couple of days off coming up in a couple weeks, Brian, is we'll have wall-to-wall coverage Thursday, Friday, that first Thursday, Friday of the NCAA tournament right here on Pirate Radio. Hoping.
Are those paid days off?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh.
Absolutely. Love it. Great contract. Got a great agent. And hopefully East Carolina's playing next week on this Friday. That would mean they won their first tournament game. They got the regular season finale against Wichita. So last night, Brian, Cincinnati loses to SMU. That means East Carolina, with a win against Wichita State, can slide into the 7 line. And that's important for multiple reasons. A, your first round matchup would be Tulsa or USF, who ECU's 4-0 against those teams this year. Right. And then B, if you're thinking a little longer term, you avoid Houston in round 2 and play a much more winnable game. So East Carolina is playing for a lot all of a sudden here on Saturday when they face these Shockers for the first time this year.
And then they're right around the 500 mark. What's their overall record? They have a chance for a win.
They have guaranteed a winning record regular season, Brian, and I think with the win against Wichita State will guarantee it regardless of what happens in the tournament.
Well, there you go, and that's not something that happens a lot around ECU. I mean, I don't. Is it double-digit seasons of winning records yet? I mean, I know it's not very many.
The number Jeff Charles keeps throwing out is 2 in the last 25 years. So
yeah, gosh. The CTE, CTI, what was that? What was that champion? CI, College Insiders, they got a championship in there somewhere. So,
well, I think they've given us CTE over the years watching ECU basketball, but the CIT is the one where Akeem Richmond drilled that 3 at the end.
Yeah. So you can always hold on to that, I guess. So yeah, look, even just getting a winning record is something you could just hang a little bit of a hat on when it comes to recruiting and you're building something. And I know that's not what everybody wants to hear, but, you got to walk before you run. So for Joe Dooley, that'd be a little bit of a feather in his cap, just showing that they're heading in the right direction. So, yeah, I think it's important. It's been very few March games that mean something in UCU history. So
really, the only bright spot in my lifetime was, I believe, knocking off your Dukes, right, to win the CAA championship in '93.
Yeah, and that was with a losing record. AMU was loaded that year, and that's why that one was such a shock. And that was, to give you the other side of the story, JMU had hired Lefty Driesell, and he was supposed to build them into this contender, kind of like he was supposed to do at Maryland, but he could never win the big game, was the knock that was on him. And so here they are with this great team in '93, and then they lose to a team with a losing record in the championship game. Now, the next year they come back, and Kent Kaluko drills a three-pointer in the quarter, and they beat Odell Hodge and Old Dominion in the NCAA tournament. But they've only been a couple of times as well, so it's not like they ever got that great tradition. And then Lefty they let him go in 98, 97, 98, somewhere around there. So they've struggled there. But for ECU, yeah, that's their shining moment. But that was just kind of a needle in the haystack of a rough season.
Yeah.
To put a great season together that ends in an NCAA tournament, that's a unicorn in Greenville.
No doubt. I'll be watching the hoops Saturday while I am at Clark LeClaire Stadium, Brian. It's the Keith LeClaire Classic coming up this weekend. Pirates got Indiana State today, and then Michigan, Maryland to wrap up the weekend. Great field, and should be some good baseball going on in Greenville. Pirates have won 2 in a row, Brian. Wins over North Carolina and Duke coming into today.
Yeah, we'll see what they can do this weekend, and really excited about the Michigan game with the Keith LeClaire connection. I think this is Eric Bakic's first game back in the area. I don't even know if he's been at Clark LeClaire Stadium since they built it. And then he's got Nick Schnabel there as well. I think they both wear number 23, so there'll be a lot of cool 23s on the field as well. So I like the symbolic, historical thing of having Michigan back there. And so that'll be a neat weekend at the Clark LeClaire Classic.
Brian North joining us today. Enjoyed it as always, North. Hope you and the fam have a great weekend. What you guys got planned?
Yeah. Got another 3-year-old birthday party.
Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know if I warned you about this. That, birthday parties is another thing. When you got a young kid, that it seems like they never end. It's just every week.
Man, it's every week there's something going on.
Yeah.
And even with the COVID, I keep trying to tell them we're still in a pandemic. We go and exchange petri dish snot with all these other.
It would be great, a Zoom party. That sounds like fun, right? Just throw them in a room and you can go do what you want. But
yeah, we did the trampoline park, Sawyer's trampoline park.
Oh, cool, yeah.
Oh, that was great. I came out of there with no injuries, thank God, this time. But for 3-year-olds, man, that was it had to be.
Brian does parenting like he's a coach. So we do post-game. So how'd the party go? Well, we came out of there unscathed, no injuries. Everybody's healthy.
Everything in my life is based on sports, including raising my kids. I'm Michael Jordan the heck out of my kids. So
how are the kids today? Hey, they're healthy. They're good. They're good for dinner. Everybody's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking to upgrade, though. The 1-year-old's just not running quite right.
Are you putting her in the portal?
Yeah, we may put her in the portal. But I keep telling the older one, I'm Michael Jordan you. The little one's better than you. You need to step up your game. So I'm always challenging them doing that.
There we go.
The other one's better than the other one to make them, they'll either react or they'll be in therapy, one of the two. So.
Oh, man. Some great fights in the future coming up in the North household. That's good stuff. Brian, thanks for joining us, bud. Have a good weekend. We'll talk to you again soon.
All right, sounds good, Clippy. Enjoy your weekend, brother.
Thank you, Brian. Brian North joining us today here on Pirate Radio Live. All right, we got to take a quick break. We'll come back. We found the taco meat soundbite and the Jeff Charles Ric Flair soundbite. Also, we got to talk to Mark Greenhalgh. And I believe when we return, we're going to check in live at the Jungle and talk to former Pirate pitcher Matt Bridges. So we got a lot to do. Let's take a break. We'll come back, reset, back with you. A lot to go on Pirate Radio Live after this.
Hello, Eastern North Carolina. If you're looking for a great place to work with competitive pay and advancement opportunities, Pitt County Schools is hiring. We employ over 3,000 people, and we're one of the largest employers in Pitt County. Pitt County Schools is currently seeking teachers, bus drivers, school nutrition personnel, facility staff, custodians, clerical staff, and more. We offer advanced leadership opportunities for our educators and competitive pay for our skilled labor force. Come work for a diverse, thriving school system and be an important part of ensuring success for the students of Pitt County who are the future of Eastern North Carolina. To fill out an application, visit our website today at pittschools.org. That's pittschools.org, or go directly to our job postings at bit.ly/PCS employment. That's bit.ly/PCS employment. Pitt County Schools, engaging, empowering, and elevating every student and every staff member every single day.
Hey Greenville, Bagel Man here with some exciting news. We are now open for dinner. This is the first time ever for dinner in our 33 years. Our entire menu is available, plus some new sandwiches like the roast beef cheddar, the Italian sub, and the meatball parm. You can also get French fries and home fries as a side for any of your sandwiches. Order online for pickup or delivery, and don't forget about our great catering. We're available 7 days a week. We can deliver or you can pick it up. Bagel Man here.
When a storm hits, you can count on Greenville Utilities. They put their emergency storm plan into action to restore power as quickly and safely as possible. If you experience an outage, call them toll-free at 1-855-767-2482. The automated hotline can handle a large number of calls at once, virtually eliminating busy signals, so help can be on the way as fast as possible. Remember, GUC's emergency hotline number is 1-855-767-2482.
Wings Over delivers. Wings Over delivers. Wings Over delivers. If you're looking for wings to be delivered to your home this March Madness season, Wings Over Greenville has you covered with no third party needed. Wings Over Greenville has its own in-house delivery service. Be sure to try the all-new tender sandwiches by ordering ahead on the Wings Over mobile app. Open till 3 a.m. on Friday and Saturday, Wings Over has everything to cure those late night munchies. Give them a call at 758-9464. Wings Over Greenville. They deliver.
East Coast Grading and Utilities is your source for clearing, hauling dirt, and concrete work. East Coast Grading and Utilities handles all sewer and water issues as well.
I'm David Vaughn. Whether putting in a new subdivision or helping you with any and all of your drainage problems, I can get the job done. Call me at 531-7494.
No job is too big or too small. East Coast Grading and Utilities. Friends helping friends. 531-7494 for East Coast Grading and Utilities.
From our floor to your door, Bostic Sugg Furniture has what you need in stock, so you can get your furniture now, not later. Save store-wide, plus get special financing on our huge selection of beautiful furniture from Lazy Boy, Bassett & Rowe. Better sleep starts now on the Arctic Mattress by Serta on a power motion base with 48-month special financing and no money down, plus our exclusive 10-year power base warranty. From our floor to your door, create something beautiful at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
Domino's week-long carry-out deal means you can carry out 3 topping pizzas for $7.99 each every day. That's right, $7.99 each, and every day means any day. But just in case there's any confusion, we've set up a helpful website to confirm if today's a day you can carry out 3 topping pizzas for $7.99 each at Domino's. Just go to howaboutoday.com to find out if Domino's week-long carry-out deal is valid today. Spoiler alert, it is. Carry out only. You must ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, and charges may vary. Excludes extra large and specialty pizzas. Crust availability varies by size.
I sailed out of the port of Bristol with sailors wearing black armbands.
Pirate Radio.
And found ourselves proclaimed notorious pirates.
The voice of the pirate nation. You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. And if you're looking for beer for the weekend, the Jarvis Street Bottle Shop near Christie's Europub is a specialty shop selling craft beers, along with domestic and import brews, along with wine and growlers as well. The Bottle Shop offers monthly beer and wine tastings. They also feature rotating North Carolina craft breweries, and they have live music and discounts. Stop by Tuesday through Sunday or check out the Jarvis Street Bottle Shop on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
All right, busy hour number one. We'll chat with Mark Greenhalgh, Golf Shop Radio Show, coming up in just a few minutes. But our Jenny Shelton was out in the jungle and ran into some former Pirate greats on the mound for East Carolina, who are at the game today, getting ready to see ECU in the Keith LeClaire Classic, taking on Indiana State at 4:30. Cam Colmore was out there, Smitty, Tyler Smith, and Matt Bridges. And Bridges joins us now on Pirate Radio Live. Matt, appreciate your time. How you doing today, man?
Doing well. How about you guys?
Doing great. First of all, Matt, how strange is it to be hanging out there and not loosening up that arm right now? How weird is that for you?
It's definitely a little different, but I'm definitely enjoying it and seeing everybody out here and seeing what Pirate Nation's all about. This place is special, and it's glad to be back in Greenville.
Have you been back, Matt, to a game so far this year, or is this your first?
This is my first game of the year. It's awesome. It's a great welcoming, and I'm looking forward to a great weekend.
And man, Matt, you got to be happy with how this bullpen and this pitching staff as a whole has looked so far. Jake Kuchmaner's a tough luck 0-2 right now. He's had two good performances and is hoping for another one today. And man, that bullpen, guys stepping up like Carter Spivey, Logish, Groves. Of course, we know about C.J. Mayhew, Skylar Brooks closing out the North Carolina game. When you and Cam left, it was like, all right, who's stepping up? Well, early this season, we've seen some guys do that.
Oh, definitely. It's been fun to watch. Cam and I, we live together down in Georgia, and we haven't missed a game yet. So it's fun to see guys step up in big roles, and I know they're going to do really special things this year.
Matt, I remember talking to you after last season. You said you thought that you and Cam might be going into the same business. So tell everybody what you're doing. What are you up to these days?
Oh, Cam and I work for Vanilla Games, the Norcross office down in Georgia. And Tyler Smith works as well. We work all together for the same company, and he's fortunate enough to be in Greenville and catch all these games. But it's fun to get back. We're all here together this weekend, and I'm looking forward to it.
That's awesome, man. The staff can stay together in the business world. Matt, what's on the pregame menu? I'm sure you've found some tailgates out there. So what's the food situation look like for you?
Well, you know, the guys got the burgers and brats out here roasting under the tents, and it's been going good for us so far, keeping the bellies full.
Good deal, good deal. We're going to see the 23 jerseys on display today, Matt. Special time for the East Carolina baseball family. I talked to Audrey LeClaire, daughter of Keith LeClaire, yesterday on the show about how special this weekend is, and you pitched in a lot of these, Matt. You'll be able to witness it today. So what does that mean to you? I know Cliff Godwin has instilled the Keith LeClaire legacy into all his players, including yourself. So what does this weekend mean for you and ECU baseball?
It's a special event, you know. Coming into East Carolina, you learn about Keith LeClaire's legacy here, and Coach G and all that he has to share with us when playing for him. And really just dive into that. It's a special weekend for the LeClaire family to come back, and Audrey, and to come back and throw the first pitch out on opening night, and really just dives into what ECU baseball is all about. It's a special time, and we look forward to it every year to put on that 23 jersey.
Matt Bridges joining us. Matt, really appreciate your time today, man. Great to talk with you. You hanging out this weekend? I'll be out there Saturday, Sunday. How long are you hanging out this weekend?
I'll be here all weekend, so looking forward to it.
All right, we'll see you out there, Matt. Thanks for joining us. Tell Smitty and Cam I said hello, and thanks for joining us today, bud.
Will do. I appreciate you guys having me on.
All right, there he is, Matt Bridges, former Pirate pitcher, and I don't know who that "What's Up" was from. It's maybe Cam, maybe Smitty. Smitty's in Greenville. We'll have to get him in studio one day, talk some Pirate baseball here on Pirate Radio Live. All right, switching gears now. We'll wrap up the segment with Mark Greenhalgh, Golf Shop Radio Show. Greeny, appreciate you working with us on time today. We've been a little off, but thanks for joining us today. How you doing, man?
No worries. Doing great. How are you doing today?
Doing good. We had to push back your tea time a bit, but that happens, right? So appreciate you working with us.
Don't get a penalty.
Greeny, let's talk about what's going on in the golf world. And first of all, the Mully brought this up yesterday. The award, the payment that Tiger Woods just won. I remember talking to you about this in the past, this player impact program, and you said, yeah, I'm interested to see what happens. Well, it went to the biggest names and the richest names in golf, right? Tiger Woods, Phil Mickelson were up there at the top. Tiger wins. I saw Tiger's son Charlie chime in and talk about how he helped with the popularity. So he told Tiger to Venmo his account. So I don't know. What did you think about this performance pay that Tiger gets, along with all the other millions he's made over the years?
Well, it's funny because we had all thought that Phil Mickelson won because Phil had, on his Twitter account, said that he wanted to thank everybody for helping him win. And then we got the Tiger tweet this week that just said, whoops, with the, the shrugging person. So that was funny. So Tiger may have won 2022 with that one tweet. But yeah, I mean, what it's designed to do is it ended up going to some guys that already make a lot of money, but it's designed to be really for the influencers of the game, the people that get their name out there, use social media. There was a lot of different factors that went into it. I think there was like 5 or 6 different rankings based on like Nielsen rankings and some social media rankings and all this, that, and the other thing. And I really think Tiger basically won because he put that one golf swing out when we were all waiting to see what happened with Tiger. He hits one wedge shot and probably won it right there.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah, so all of that, I mean, him playing in the PNC with Charlie probably had a lot to do with it, and probably actually pushed him in front of Phil from that standpoint. But and that's what it's really designed to do. It's designed to get these guys out there, get them battling for that money. Some will do it, some won't, and it's probably you're probably going to maintain of seeing Tiger, and you would have seen Phil until his put his foot in his mouth.
Yeah.
But you'll see Brooks Koepka, you'll see Bryson DeChambeau, and you'll see those guys who have who have been the ones that have used social media the best. They'll continue to do well with that.
Mark Greenhalgh, Golf Shop Radio Show, joining us. Greeny, if I recall, last year when we first started talking to you, you said you first really start to pay attention to the PGA Tour when it gets back to the East Coast and really the Arnold Palmer Classic here in Florida. So you're paying attention this weekend. What are you keeping an eye on in this tournament going on?
Weather. It is absolutely gorgeous in Orlando. There is no wind to speak about. The rough is way up on this on Bay Hill this week. So, you're looking for guys to have to hit fairways, maybe to back off a little bit to hit fairways. I mean, you see guys that have hit it in the rough, and they're having in trouble advancing the ball towards the green. A lot of times they're just kind of hacking it out and hoping to get it up and down for par at that point. So that's what we're doing right now, and really warm weather down there. So what you're going to start to see, too, is the greens are going to bake out. The golf course is going to bake out. It's going to get firm and fast. So you're going to get lots of rough to get no spin out of and greens that don't hold. So it could get kind of dicey Saturday and Sunday.
Mark Greenhalgh, Golf Shop Radio Show, joining us, and Greeny based there in Charlotte. And, man, a ton going on in Charlotte sports this weekend. The Hornets are in action tomorrow night at home against the Spurs. Charlotte coming off a win. You've got the new MLS team hosting a game that could be the biggest crowd in MLS history. At least that's what they're saying leading up to the game. Got that going on. And I got to tell you, Greeny, I've really enjoyed watching the Big South tournament here while we're at work in the Pirate Radio studio. There's been some great games in that tournament. USC Upstate right now looks like they're taking care of business against Charleston Southern. But, man, there's a ton of great sports going on right now in your city.
Yeah, the Hornets are trying to hang on for dear life to at least secure themselves a play-in tournament spot to get into the playoffs. So you got that going. You kind of don't know what you're going to get from them night to night. I mean, obviously they can score a lot of points defensively. They've had their moments where they've played good defense and other games where they haven't played good defense at all. So, I don't know. You kind of see them making their way in and then maybe losing that game to not make it through. But the MLS game, yeah, it's the shiny new thing here in Charlotte. So you're going to pack Bank of America Stadium to I guess this is why David Tepper put in the AstroTurf or whatever, the athletic turf, and took out the grass. So it'll be a great site. But obviously we know that anything shiny and new in the Charlotte area needs to win in order for it to sustain. So we'll see if that team can get a win in their first home game and maybe score some goals and get some excitement going. But, soccer is one of the, if not the most watched sport worldwide. So why not throw one here, right?
Mark Greenhalgh, Golf Shop Radio Show, joining us. Greeny, what do you guys have coming up 8 to 10 a.m. Saturday morning on the Golf Shop Radio Show?
Well, we've got a lot going on. We're going to check in with our man Bill Bender of the Sporting News. We've got Spencer Hadelman. He owns a company called Talon Golf that kind of provides you a lot of things, whether it's gloves, towels, hoodies, T-shirts, all kinds of fun stuff. So we'll kind of talk to him about how the jump in the game and the amount of people playing the game has benefited from the pandemic. Then we're going to check in on the Players' Championship with the executive director, Jared Rice. So that's a big event coming up. Most people call that the 5th major. And then we'll also check in. Dustin Johnson hosts a big junior world tournament down in Myrtle Beach. So we'll check in on that as well.
Sounds like a packed show coming up Saturday. You can check it out right here, 8 a.m. on Pirate Radio. Greeny, thanks for a few minutes of your time today. Have a great show tomorrow, and we'll talk to you again soon.
All right, thanks a lot, Cliff. Have a good one.
Thank you. There is Mark Greenhalgh, Golf Shop Radio Show, joining us today. Also, earlier this segment, you heard from former Pirate pitcher Matt Bridges, hanging out at the Jungle, his first game watching since he played here at East Carolina. All right, let's take a timeout. We'll come back. Tony Dunn, CarolinaCatChronicles.com, joins us. We got some NFL news, some NFL speculation. Could be a big wide receiver on the market if Adam Schefter's story ends up being true. So we got plenty to talk about in the NFL. Also, a couple of sound clips that people requested earlier that we have located. We'll do that. If you have any sound bites you'd like to hear, just request them. We'll play them.
And also, congratulations to ECU alum Eric Backage on his 300th win.
Along with Nick Schnabel.
They got their 300th win, or Eric Backage got his 300th win on the field that he played at in the tournament that bears his former coach's name.
And was able to celebrate it in the dugout in which he once sat. How cool is that?
That is very cool.
All right.
Talk about coming full circle.
Absolutely. Great stuff there. All right, we'll take a time out, come back, and Tony Dunn joins us after this.
This is Stephen Igo. You've heard from me plenty on Pirate Radio Live and perhaps have read some of my work on HoistTheColors.net. Now, get an extension of our in-depth coverage on the Hoist the Colors podcast. From game previews to immediate post-game analysis to emergency podcasts for breaking news, we've got you covered. A cast of guest co-hosts from fans, former coaches, and other writers join me for 2 podcasts weekly to break down all things ECU athletics. Subscribe to Hoist the Colors now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Google Podcasts.
The Special Olympics USA Games is my time to shine.
And Jersey Mike's Day of Giving is yours.
Grab a sub on Wednesday, March 30th, and all sales will be donated to the games.
Jersey Mike's, be a sub above. The Special Olympics USA Games is my time to shine, and Jersey Mike's Day of Giving is yours. Grab a sub on Wednesday, March 30th, and all sales will be donated to the games. Jersey Mike's, be a sub above.
Introducing new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, Classic Cola, Cherry Cola, Citrus Soda, and Orange Soda. You hear that? It's seltzer with a pop of soda, all with 0 sugar. Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, the loudest flavors ever. Pick up some new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda at your favorite retailer today. Bud Light, proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989, and the official beer of the ECU Pirates.
We have some exciting news at Angel Oak Home Loans. This is Talbot Green, and I would like to introduce you to the newest member of our team, Braxton Green. I've known Braxton his entire life because he's my nephew. He is also a recent ECU graduate and has lived in Eastern North Carolina his entire life.
This is Braxton Green, and I'm looking forward to working with you with your next home loan or refinance. Give us a call at Angel Oak Home Loans today at 751-2060.
NMLS 1719250, Equal Housing Lender.
In Greenville, you know how much it means to have neighbors you can count on, like the one who mowed your lawn that week you were sick. Well, here's another good neighbor you can count on, State Farm agent Timothy Sawyer. Timothy and his team are here to help life go right when you combine home and auto insurance, which can save you money and time. So combine home and auto and start the savings rolling. Call State Farm agent Timothy Sawyer at 493-0002 and start saving today.
University PC Care has been the Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006. They thank you for your continued support and trust during these trying times. Many services can be done remotely and free pickup and delivery is available. As a Dell business partner and Apple authorized service provider, you can count on University PC Care for all your personal and business tech support needs. To make a remote appointment or to bring in your device for service at their Greenville or New Bern locations, call 558-1280 or go online at universitypccare.com.
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsay Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
Have you ever seen those exotic aquariums like the guys do in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with rentafishtank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. Rentafishtank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. Rentafishtank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at rentafishtank.com.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, W224EI Greenville, WDLX Washington, and W281CH Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Hey, Winslow's is open Tuesday through Sunday for lunch, dinner, and, of course, they have their famous brunch on Sundays beginning at 10:30. They also have the best selection of beers around. Winslow's is located on 5th Street, right beside the State Theater in Uptown Greenville. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
Alrighty, it is a fantastic Friday, a free beer Friday here on Pirate Radio Live. Thanks for tuning in. To reset, Shirley Rhodes, Chandler Honeycutt here. We got content junkie Schaefer, Jenny out at Clark LeClaire Stadium. Happy birthday, Jenny Shelton. And thank you, Jenny, for setting up that Matt Bridges interview. That was fantastic.
That was awesome. I forgot that I should have asked Jenny while we were in the break just how many purple cowboy hats we would see in the jungle. Great question. I hope to see some pictures of those today. So if you're listening to us out there in the jungle, post a picture of the purple cowboy hats. Tag us on Twitter at PR927FM. We'd love to see them. We want to see those lids, those shiny lids.
If you're wearing one of those awesome shirts that
the Jungle Vibes Only. Yes, if you have a Jungle Vibes Only T-shirt, take a selfie. Tag us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Or post it on our Facebook page. We'd love to see it.
Hashtag Jungle Vibes Only.
Yeah.
All right.
Just a little social media thing there.
Or if you want to send me some money to my Cash App, you can. No, I'm just kidding.
By the way, my Venmo is.
That is the voice of Tony Dunn, CarolinaCatChronicles.com. Hello, Tony.
Hello.
Good to see you.
Tony. Good to see you.
Let's go to Tony.
Let's go to Tony in the Studio A.
Gary Hahn is NC State's announcer. Chandler does a great Gary Hahn. And one thing Gary Hahn always does is throw it down to Tony.
Throw it down to Tony on the sideline. Tony Dunn.
So now when I say Tony's coming on the show, it leads to Chandler and I just doing that for about 15 minutes. All right, earlier in the show, people were requesting the sound bites they wanted to hear. We just do that. It's kind of like a warm-up of the show. It kind of gets us going, gets us in the mood. We had a couple of requests that we had to go find. So we had a throwback here from, was it John Moody? Yeah, John Moody, taco meat on my chest was his was his soundbite he wanted to hear, Tony, which sounds weird out of context.
That also sounds like something I said, probably.
We do have that soundbite. Shirley, let's hear it.
I got a little taco meat on my chest.
All right, that is former Pirate
taco meat on my chest.
Daquan Barnes. His nickname was Taco Tony.
All right.
And we asked why, and he said, because they said I got some taco meat on my chest.
I've heard that before.
Yeah, so he's got the ground beef there. I would say I have almost no chest hair. Is it called sassafras, Shirley? The like stringy stuff? I got a few loose strands of sassafras.
Little
I think those are called weeds.
I got some weeds, I need to round up my chest. How about you? What are you doing over there, Tony? On the chest?
I'm close to the taco meat.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, a little
Taco
bit.
Tony?
Yeah.
Interesting.
He's got a Taco Tony.
Down on the sideline.
Chandler, what's your situation?
Let's see.
Break it out. Okay. All right.
He's got a nice little carpet going on over there.
A little shag rug.
Yeah, a little shag rug.
Good deal.
Let's cut a little rug here.
All right. The other requested soundbite we had to find, I believe, was from Kevin. And this one is always requested by Robert Matthews. I hope he's tuned in. This was the... so Igo and the media are doing an interview with Fernando Fry. All you hear in the background is Jeff Charles doing a promo for ECU football.
I love this one.
And he's doing he's naming out wrestlers, and here's a little bit of that.
Ric Flair.
That was Fernando trying to answer a question, and Jeff Charles yelling in the background, Ric Flair woo.
As soon as Stephen Igo got done asking his question, we heard this.
Ric Flair.
And the funny thing is he didn't do it once. He did it several times. And
it's like he was starting over.
Yeah, he was starting over, and then he'd go, Ric Flair, woo! And then he'd go, Dustin Rhodes, Dusty Rhodes. And he just would name off all these wrestlers, but he did it several times, and that's all you could hear in the background.
I was like, man, this dude really loves some Ric Flair.
And they kept making him do it over again. Like, all right, let's start at the beginning. So you just kept hearing Ric Flair.
You used to have a bunch you used to play to make fun of me.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Tony's got one where he's like...
What was it? I can't even remember.
He's not quarterback, ain't even been to the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
I have to find him during the break. We got some good some Tony Dunn stuff we can run, too. So we'll do that momentarily. Potentially, Tony, some good news for us and you. I believe our friends at Wings Over Greenville are about to drop by some food.
Oh, wow. Nice.
So, nice little
way to sign that deal.
Have they arrived?
I believe you should hear the door beep here shortly.
Way to sign that deal, Chandler.
Chandler getting it done. The best off-season signing so far this NFL season.
Closed it.
Yes.
It was just like a Cam Newton situation.
It was a out-of-the-ballpark free agency signing.
Well, it was more like a Sam Darnold situation because you did it during the off-season.
But you brought back an old favorite.
Oh, that is true. You brought it. Is that what you're saying,
I just heard it. I just heard the door open.
All right, you want to handle that?
Yes.
Since you're the closer and all, close this deal for us. All right, Tony. Started Tony. Let's see. Here's something I saw. This is not news. This is just a fan. This is just me, you, whoever. Somebody put out to, I think, Bills fans. But either way, I'm asking you as a Panthers fan, would you do this trade, Christian McCaffrey for the Bills' #1 pick this year?
No.
Okay, not enough.
No, I'm probably in the minority when it comes to Christian McCaffrey here. I feel like the trade Christian McCaffrey talk is just easy talk to make because right now you're just so upset with the whole situation of the Carolina Panthers and you want a Deshaun Watson or you want some shiny new toy to play with, and Christian McCaffrey has had some injuries over the past 2 seasons, and he has, somewhat of a large contract for his position group. But I try to remember that Christian McCaffrey is only 26 years old, transcendent type player, has not had debilitating injuries over the past 2 years. They have been he's just got banged up, nicked up, and some different.
You get hurt, you get it fixed, and you go to, and it's not like a reoccurring.
Right, and then you back into somebody in the parking lot just after you just got an offender bender. So I don't see these as long term hurting his productivity. It's just Can he put it together for 16 games when it matters? And I think he can. The other thing is that all these trades, and this is just something that I've learned in the past year or two, as the Carolina Panthers have been more trying to send players away than acquire players. Not that we ever really were trying to acquire players, but the guaranteed money doesn't leave with the trade. So
you're still paying him if he goes elsewhere? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and the only money that leaves with the trade is the part that's on the contract, like for the salary that year. So the way the contract works is if a player signs a 50, say for him, he signed a $64 million deal and like 35 of it was guaranteed. They're supposed to, in theory, pay you that $35 million on day one, but the way the contract they do it is they can prorate it over the life of the contract. But at any time he's cut, moved, you have to expedite that payment to that moment. So, is that if there's $25 million in guaranteed money left on that deal, all of a sudden you just accelerate that and you kind of create a long-term problem. I'd just rather have the dang player. And I think he could be awesome. And I think you were asking me maybe a couple of weeks ago is where do you think Christian McCaffrey should go in fantasy? And the fact that he's the top 5 player and he hasn't played hardly in the past 2 years, I think shows his value.
Tony Dunn, CarolinaCatChronicles.com. That was a good, well thought out answer there. What are you, our server?
I can't eat meat today, Catholic. I'm Catholic.
I'll take one. Wings over Greenville. They have these new chicken dogs, basically. They're little mini chicken sandwiches, and they are on toast, basically like hot dog buns. And you can get 2 of these for $5. Get whatever flavor you want. Throw some ranch on it. And, man, what a fantastic idea and execution from Wings Over Greenville.
They look delicious.
Looks like Troy D's eating one as we speak. You're going to give your review, Troy?
Flip, these are so good. I'm violating my own rule of eating in the studio. For this special occasion. This is I'm not even a big wing guy, but it's like on this incredible toasted like French, like I would call it Texas toast almost, and then it's like folded into like a hot dog bun from the Texas toast, and the wing is just like perfectly cooked.
Do you just come into every room and try to make people mad, Troy? I'm not a wing guy. Like, who even says stuff like that?
No, I'm saying I'm not a huge wing guy, but these are.
He said it again.
These are boneless wings.
This is a tender. First of all, it's not a wing.
I am a tender guy, so I don't want to miss.
Boneless wings are not even wings.
Yeah, it'd be hard to do these as boneless wing. I mean, as bone-in wings.
Yeah,
regular
that
wings.
would be difficult.
Yeah, but man,
tender sandwich.
Yeah, this is right up my alley.
The toast does look gorgeous.
Oh my God, this is incredible.
Great, great finish on that toast there.
So, and the fact that
why are you eating some?
It's Lent, and on Fridays you're supposed to go no meat, fish only. That's why they have fish fries at every Catholic church on a Friday.
All right. A happy Lent day.
Yeah.
No meat, Tony.
40 days. 40 days of not eating meat on one day a week. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
Do you have to give something up too?
You're supposed to. I'm just trying to give up being terrible.
It's gonna be hard.
Try to be a better person. Maybe go to mass this weekend.
All right. Good luck with that.
I know.
All right. Keep us updated.
Let's when Shirley gets back, we'll take a break because I want to. Oh, here she is. I want to try some of these.
Shirley was so hungry she just left you hanging.
Hey, look, I understand. I do the same to her. So
wow,
no hard
plate
feelings.
Shirley has. Holy
all right,
smokes. There might not be any left now, Clip.
Okay, first of all, hush. Second of all, I love the fact that it's been quite some time since I've gone to Wings Over Greenville to get the fries, because the fries used to be my favorite. They still remembered my favorite flavor of fries.
Yeah, Ryan was in here earlier, said Shirley likes what? Garlic parm?
The garlic parm, and that's exactly what he brought us.
Let's talk about service.
Tonight is a great Wings overnight, so check them out. And Chandler, I've heard from the commercial they deliver. That is the rumor.
Wings Over delivers. Wings Over delivers.
Wings over delivers. That they do.
Over delivers.
They deliver so much they over deliver.
Under promise.
Well played.
Over deliver.
They have over delivered today, so I'm gonna take a break so I can enjoy these.
You know what that would go good with? Some Next Bud Light.
Bud Light Next. Hour 3 will be giving away Bud Light Next and a Domino's Pizza, Troy Day.
What a
Let's get the pumping.
This is like just a feeding friend.
At least he didn't say I'm not really a beer guy.
Not much of a beer guy.
That pizza thing, I'm not so sure about.
Yeah, that's a fad.
Yeah.
We'll take
Got a little taco meat on my
I'm
chest.
not a huge wing guy, but I love these wings. Then if you are a wing guy, you'll go crazy over them. All right. So you're trying to turn a positive into a negative, Tony Dunn. Why don't you try and be a better person?
Hey, you know what? You're failing on your.
Already strike one against your
changing my name to Positive Tony.
When we return, Amari Cooper, his name popped up today. Why? We'll tell you. Another wide receiver might be leaving his current team, so we'll hit on the NFL news and notes when we return after this.
I can't think of anyone who doesn't love a clean car, but how often do you actually go to the car wash? Does it take too long, or maybe it's just not a very nice place? Tommy's Express changes everything. Our wash is bright, inviting, clean, and fast.
I love the flat conveyor belt. So easy to pull onto, much smoother ride, and safer for my car.
And when you join Tommy Club, you can wash as often as you like for one low monthly price.
I save money and time.
We're Tommy's Express.
At the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road, Greenville.
The Rick House is Eastern North Carolina's premier American-style restaurant and bourbon bar with daily specials. And here's the lineup. Mondays feature $7 margaritas and half-price appetizers. Tuesday is stuffed seafood night. Wednesday is date night. Thursday is roasted smoked lamb chop night. Fridays is prime rib night. And Saturday is Italian night and is also Fred and Wilma night with our 36-ounce bone-in tomahawk steak just like the Flintstones. And on Sunday, it's our legendary brunch from 10 to 2. The Rick House, American Provisions and Spirits, 710 Red Banks Road beside the bowling alley in Greenville.
We know that juicy, cheesy, grilled to perfection burger sounds amazing, but it does sound like something is missing. Pepsi, baby! The yin to this burger's yang. Burgers and Pepsi go together like burgers and Pepsi. This perfect blending of flavors makes every bite of lettuce, every sesame seed on the bun, and every sip of that crisp, refreshing, ice-cold cola a journey to Foodtopia. Burgers, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
Is that the sound of an ooey gooey cheesy crunchy slice of P-I-Z-Z-A? Obviously, but as good as that sounds, we think it can get even better. Oh yeah, that's the sound of a freshly opened fizz-filled Pepsi. The only thing that can take this flavor medley of crunchy dough, mouth-watering cheese, and savory sauce to the next level. How about another bite? Pepsi and pizza sound like a match made in heaven and taste even better. Pizza, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
Warren's Hot Dog Pizza, homemade lemonade.
Hey Pirate Nation, Warren's now has 2 locations. In Greenville across from Ron Ayers Motorsports and the Chocowinity location next to the fire department. Stop in today for hot dogs, pizza, subs, apple and peach turnovers, homemade lemonade, and breakfast in Chocowinity featuring homemade cheese, ham and chicken biscuits, plus sausage dogs and more. Warren's Hot Dogs. Want some? Get some. Go Pirates. Did you know time spent outdoors can help improve your children's health and bring balance to their life? The Outdoor Heritage Advisory Council invites you to join the Patch program. This program is for any child under the age of 16 and includes activities like fishing, hunting, and hiking. These are just one of the many ways you can earn the exclusive patches from the Outdoor Heritage Council. For more information on how to sign up and get your adventure started, visit outdoorheritage.nc.gov.
From our floor to your door, Bostic Sugg Furniture has what you need in stock, so you can get your furniture now, not later. Save store-wide, plus get special financing on our huge selection of beautiful furniture from Lazy Boy, Bassett & Rowe. Better sleep starts now on the Arctic Mattress by Serta on a Power Motion base with 48-month special financing and no money down, plus our exclusive 10-year Power Base warranty. From our floor to your door, create something beautiful at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
Pirate fans, the 2022 football season is going to be one for the record books. East Carolina is coming off a 7-win bowl season, and 2022 is shaping up to be even better. The Pirates need you to pack Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium this fall with a great home slate that includes in-state rival North Carolina State. The American Conference schedule features home games against UCF, Memphis, Houston, and Navy. Season tickets are on sale for as low as $125. Get your tickets today by visiting ECUPirates.com.
This is Coach Steve Shankweiler, offensive line coach for East Carolina University football. And you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? We'll keep it local and print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com, the official sportswear provider of Pirate Radio. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
Alrighty, back with you here on Pirate Radio Live. At the half, we've got Loyola Chicago, most known for Sister Jean, made that Final Four run years ago. They are whooping up on Bradley at halftime, 44-27. That score, South Carolina Upstate up 12 on Charleston Southern in the second half of the Big South tournament. A couple of those scores on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by Da Buck.
They're going to enjoy their fish fry tonight.
Da Buck.
Who's that? Loyola Chicago?
Yeah.
Tony, we just saw the loneliest man in the world. Now, when you watch TV and you watch a game, whether it be a studio show, a halftime show, there's a table, and it's always like overgrown with guests. Usually there's too many people at the table. Right. This was just one guy in the stand, like in the seats at the arena there in St. Louis, and he was by himself, had nobody to talk to, and I felt kind of bad for him.
He's also the guy that runs the FanDuel account.
He's just lonely, man. Somebody please talk to me, interact with me, help me out. Love the Missouri Valley Conference tournament just because I like words, and it's in St. Louis, Tony, so they call it Arch Madness. I love that.
You're word smart.
I mean, do you like that?
Yeah,
Arch?
yeah.
Have you ever seen the Arch? You ever been to St. Louis?
No, but speaking of, my buddy who is from St. Louis just said yesterday in an attempt, he pulled a Tony when he was trying to say that his wife was book smart. He said, man, she's word smart. I love that term, word smart.
I guess she's the smart one in the family, if that's his terminology there. All right, real quick, Chandler wanted to get an update on Tony Dunn celebrity sightings. We were talking about this earlier in the week. I met Aaron Jones, my new friend, the Packers running back, at Subdog Saturday night. So, Tony, do you have any celebrity sightings?
I don't know if I have any good ones.
You said I saw
Barack Obama speak when he came here.
Yeah, you've been to events where like people were supposed to be there.
Randomly
in the wild
bumped into someone. I do remember, what was it? Gary. It wasn't Mike Schmidt, but it was like if you could
Gary Gaetti.
Yes. Gary Gaetti, thank you so much for that. Gary Gaetti's dad sold my parents insurance when I was like 4, and he got me a signed baseball card.
So where is this? Like in New York?
No, this was here. Here? Yes. Sold my parents. Man, back when we were collecting baseball cards like crazy. Yeah. So it probably would have been like 3rd grade, stuff like that. And Gary Gaetti's dad sold my parents insurance.
Wow.
Yeah. So
what a rando thing that is.
My story, Tony, I don't know if you heard earlier this week, but it related to Charlotte. I was in town. I was in uptown Charlotte for a Panthers game that weekend. It was actually the Saints-Panthers game. It was rainy. Luke Kuechly had 24 tackles and interception. On that Saturday night, we were walking in uptown, and we had just left our hotel, and there was a restaurant in the bottom of the hotel, and I look, and I'm like, oh, my God. That's Sal Paolantonio.
Oh, wow.
And then we walk in there, and then I look, and I'm like, oh, wow, that's Ron Jaworski. So got a picture of them and woke up the next morning and turned on the TV, and sure enough, those two were in Bank of America Stadium.
I got it. All
right, who you got?
I met Little Dicky in the Paris airport.
That's right.
Little Dicky.
In the Paris airport? Yeah. That's crazy.
That one is a good one. Here's one you'll like, too. My mom used to cut hair for a living when I was young, and one of her clients, their son was one of the Foot Clan in the original Ninja Turtles movie. So they got me a picture of like a picture of like whoever played Donatello. I know you'll like that one.
That is cool.
Yeah. And let's see. I have one other cool.
Did you ever hear the How Did This Get Made podcast, the Ninja Turtles 2? It's one of my favorites.
I believe I
With
have.
Adam Pally. They talk about like the costumes the turtles wore and how it almost killed everybody on the set because they like suffocated.
Yeah,
it was impossible.
I also attended this awesome comedy show one time where Tony Castleberry was featured, and my wife drunk heckled a priest comedian making abortion jokes. That was kind of weird.
Wait, I thought you were making a joke because I went to see Tony Castleberry once.
You were there.
Oh, okay. So that was the same event. Yeah, I remember your wife heckling amateur comedians.
Yeah, so that was fun.
that was a fun night. I wanted to get back to Little Dicky.
Yeah.
Does he? So I'm not familiar with him at all. But I'm not. He does have a show on FX. Is that him?
Yes.
Yeah. What's that show called?
It is called his real name.
Right.
Whatever his real name is.
I've heard that was really good. I need to watch that, I guess.
And you really just need to go watch all his videos on YouTube.
Is he a rapper?
Yeah, self-made, from YouTube. He is a guy. This is what the internet's awesome about. And he's got this man. Just go watch Pillow Talk, dude. It's like a 12-minute show, but it's a video, and it's with his brain, which is an alien, and he gets on this girl for not knowing what Pangea is. Still, it's awesome.
This is different but similar. I'm a big Bo Burnham fan.
Dave. That's the name of the show.
I'm a Bo Burnham fan. It sounds similar to that, where he just kind of put some stuff out on the internet.
And he's really good. And man,
he's awesome.
Yeah, when you're talented, people gravitate to it.
Yep. All right. Amari Cooper is talented, but
he is,
I'm going to say
expensive.
I'm going to say, Tony, and I like Amari Cooper. I'm a fan of his, but I don't think he has lived up to how good I thought he'd be.
Really?
Yeah. And I say that because he was a really
like Julio.
Yes. Yeah. And maybe that's on me because he went to Alabama. But
Julio lived up to Julio?
Yeah, he has.
I feel like it. Yeah,
he has.
Just have this kind of reason. He doesn't score touchdowns. Amari scores touchdowns now.
Cooper was the 4th overall pick of the draft. And I'll look at his stats here. Yeah, he's just
stats to consider.
Thank you.
Man, 4 1,000-yard seasons.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I thought he'd be
injuries there. Look, Oakland. He's had some injury-ridden seasons.
Well, that's his thing now too. Is that
foot?
He'll miss 4 games a year or whatever. Yeah. Or if he plays, he'll be limited.
Last year, but the thing is that he's productive in the red zone for the most part,
So,
but no double-digit touchdown season. I don't think it's not like he's not been like Devontae Adams.
I thought he would be in that group, in that category.
If you put him on Green Bay.
The story today, Adam Schefter says the Dallas Cowboys are likely to release wide receiver Amari Cooper by the start of the new league year. He is due $20 million in fully guaranteed money on the 5th day of the new league year, March 20th. So if they cut Cooper, it would count $6 million against the salary cap, not $22 million.
So that's that last $6 million guaranteed that on the original, on that guaranteed money, and then whatever is his salary. That means his salary was going to be 22 minus 6. Is that
16?
16.
What I love about the NFL is every year you could go from bad to good, and they promote parity, and it makes it fun and unpredictable. What I don't like is you can get too good, because here in the story it says the Cowboys have unsigned key free agents like Randy Gregory, Dalton Schultz, Leighton Vander Esch, Jaron Kearse. You got to think about the guys they've drafted in the last 2 or 3 years that are going to need new contracts. If you get too good, you can't stay good.
Yeah, it's difficult. I guess it depends on what position groups you build your team around.
Because some positions are cheaper than others.
Yeah, and the ones that you don't have to, like the ones that you refuse to replace, right? So it's like if you have your quarterback, you're just not going to replace them. With this, in this case, it's CeeDee Lamb right here is shown so much promise. The idea is that you could probably pass the reins to him and then try to find the next CeeDee Lamb.
And they have the Gallup on the roster who's really good. They have other guys already.
And if you're going to pay Dak the big money, he's got to be able to do it he can't. You know what I mean? Without Amari. And Amari is good. You know what I'm saying? Like, he is productive and he's good, but I don't know if he's a guy that just, presents like fear in your mind as a defensive coordinator.
Washington wanted him last year. In fact, if you believe the reports that were out there, it was between Washington and Dallas, and he chose Dallas. So maybe Washington will be after him once again. Amari Cooper.
Wasn't it 2 years ago?
Whenever that was. I thought it was last year, but maybe you're right. Maybe it was a couple years ago when it was thought that he might leave Dallas and go elsewhere. I guess so. They traded him
maybe mid-season with the Raiders, and then the next year they ended up signing him.
Right.
Okay. Because they were wondering if they were going to pay the big money, and I think he still had that foot deal then too.
Yeah, it's kind of been a lingering deal with him. Saw this today, Tony. The Buffalo Bills have granted wide receiver Cole Beasley,
giant market,
a former Cowboy, his permission to seek a trade.
What is he upset about? Is he upset? Maybe he's upset about like Buffalo and the masks or the COVID stuff in New York.
Well, no, I mean that's nationwide, really, though.
No, but like New York is, and I know it's New York City that's real hype on the vaccines and stuff, but being required. But why would you, if you're Cole Beasley, who's in the twilight of your career, honestly, want to leave a team that has Josh Allen and Diggs?
That is a good point.
It's bizarre.
The article says finding a solution for his impact on the salary cap seemed inevitable, as he is currently set to account for $7.6 million in cap space on the final year of a 4-year, $29 million contract. Releasing or trading Beasley would save the Bills $6.1 million in cap space. Well, this makes it sound like the Bills want to do it.
I like how I love when they do this, when they're like, we give you permission to go find your own job.
What if he didn't come to them?
You're like, nah, I'm just going to sit on my couch, dude. Chill. You do it.
Hey, Cole, you can go seek a trade.
How about you just pay me?
I want to be here. Like, I love it here. What do you mean? No, look, if you'd like to, you can go seek a trade.
We're really disappointed at how hard you're working for your own trade.
So, a couple wide receivers there on the market.
I wonder if Cole Beasley isn't a wing guy.
If you don't like wings, you can't play in Buffalo?
No.
That could be the case. I guess you'd rather...
He's a tenders guy.
I would take either one of those on my team right now.
Who, Cole Beasley?
Yeah.
I don't really care about him.
Of course, I need a quarterback, too. So I probably should start there.
Yeah.
And
there.
I tell you what, let's take a break. When we return, Tony likes Malik Willis.
Yeah, I think so.
Now the world likes him.
I told you these people are going to love him.
So he is hot. Also, crazy 40 times in the combine.
Man. These kids are fast this year.
Olave runs a 4.25.
One dude ran a 4.2,
and then a Baylor receiver ran a 4.21.
That mess is crazy. That makes what was
Chris Johnson was 4.24. Yeah.
Lightning.
We'll talk about combine, everything else going on in NFL as we wrap up hour 2. Safe. Is that a leadoff man, Bryson Worrell?
Dude,
Tilt-a-whirl.
Our guy Bryson Worrell has got wheels.
Our guy.
Woo!
Put him on the 40.
He was scooting, buddy. It was very confusing because I thought I would see a 35 on his jersey, but they're all wearing the 23 jersey.
Those are sick uniforms.
Yeah, they are. They're cut off, the sleeveless. Pirates have a runner on, bottom of the first, nobody out, scoreless. Indiana State and ECU. We'll keep you up to date on that on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by Dubuck.
Dubuck.
And have more for you after this.
In studio with Jeff Stein from Brown & Wood. What's new, Jeff?
For service, we're doing touchless pickup and drop-offs. So when you pull your vehicle in, we greet you at the car and open the door for you, but we're putting plastic on the seats. We're having a steering wheel cover put on. We even have shift knob covers now this year. And then we have the customer actually drop the key in a baggie, and they're the next one to touch that key when it comes out of the baggie when they pick up their vehicle. So just want to make sure we take care of the customers that voted us number one.
Brown & Wood, your number one dealership in Greenville and the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
Hey Chandler, what are you up to tonight?
Jenny, it's Tuesday, and I'm going to go sing with DJ Captain Morgan for karaoke at The Buck.
Well, that sounds like fun. I have to work. Well, what are you up to this weekend?
Well, believe it or not, I'm going to go listen to some live music Friday and Saturday night at The Buck.
Live music all weekend long, really?
Yep, all weekend, and they also have the biggest high-definition screen to watch all the sporting events on Sunday Fun Day.
I'm going to have to go check that out.
Yeah, just check out The Buck on Facebook or Instagram for all the information. The Buck.
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers in Greenville, plus the all-new Tiebreakers in Winterville. Do real burgers better than anybody. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, real burgers at its best.
Everybody loves burgers. This is Dr. Anthony Scalick from Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center of Greenville. We offer a variety of services including arthroscopic surgery, sports medicine, carpal tunnel surgery, general orthopedics, fracture care, total joint replacement, physical therapy, and on-site MRIs. For experienced and professional medical care, visit our office on W.H. Smith Boulevard in Greenville and online at orthoeast.com. Orthopedics East, providing services to ECU and Pitt County athletics for over 35 years. Go Pirates!
Uptown Greenville's newest dining experience is open and ready to serve you. The Sidebar, a Tex-Mex fusion restaurant, offers lunch, dinner, and Sunday brunch from 10:30 to 2:30. Located right beside the Dickinson Avenue Public House, the Sidebar has indoor dining and patio seating for everyone to enjoy. For the latest information on reservations, menu items, and more, follow the Sidebar on Facebook or on Instagram at sidebar.greenville.
Grow Rug 26 is coming to Greenville March 25th through the 27th. This is DJ Fussell from F3 ENC, inviting all men to sign up now for this leadership training event. The Grow Rug training events are designed to help men become high-impact men by reinforcing the F3 mission of invigoration of male community leadership. To register or to learn more, please visit f3enc.com. That's f3enc.com. Remember, you don't have to be great to get started, but you've got to get started if you want to be great.
Have you stopped doing your favorite activity due to chronic aches and pains? Let Eastern Physical Medicine and Rehab help. They provide regenerative injection therapy that can help with osteoarthritis, joint pain, carpal tunnel, and plantar fasciitis. Eastern Physical Medicine and Rehab will help you get back into the groove. Eastern Physical Medicine and Rehab, 2245 Stantonsburg Road, across from the hospital. Call 215-9294 for an appointment today.
Thinking about takeout tonight? Familia can make everything real easy for you with a great selection of Italian food and more. Visit FamiliaNC.com to see the full menu featuring pizzas, pastas, salads, and homemade desserts. Place your order online or call 689-6330, and Familia will have your order ready in their convenient drive-through window for pickup. Finish up a busy day with a great dinner for yourself or your family from Familia. Familia on Fire Tower Road near Pitt Community College.
This is ECU basketball coach Joe Dooley, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. For the latest breaking news, interesting stories, and awesome contests that can make you a winner, be sure to follow Pirate Radio on our social media. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at PR927FM. Join the close to 54,000 followers today. Now let's head back into PRL. Here is Clip Brock.
All right, that was a productive commercial break for me, one, because I enjoyed some Wings Over Greenville tender sandwiches. and for the Pirates because they have put 2 on the board in the first inning against Indiana State. It got started with a Bryson Worrell bunt single, and then on a hit and run, Jacobs Jenkins Cowart drills one to short. Could have been a double play if handled properly, but since Worrell was on the run, it turned into a base hit and actually a double, right? Did Cowart get a second on that play? Worrell got all the way from first to home on a hit into the left center gap.
Yeah, I guess Worrell was on the move, and shortstop had to go cover the bag, and sure enough, the ball was hit right to the shortstop where he had left, but that was going to be a hard play to make anyway.
That was some solid contact.
And that ball got into the gap, and it stayed in the gap for a long time, and it allowed Bryson Worrell to get around third and get to home. And now a sacrifice fly gets Jenkins Cowart home. So now the Pirates up 2-0.
2-0 lead for East Carolina. Ryder Giles up with 2 outs and a man on in the first inning. All right, Tony Dunn is here. We'll wrap up hour 2 with Tony, and Malik Willis is now rising up the boards. In fact, if you look at Vegas odds, Tony, which tends to be a good indicator on what's actually happening, he is now, I believe, minus money to be the first quarterback taken off the board. I think he was second behind Kenny Pickett, and now I think he went from plus 200 to like minus 110 to be the first QB taken.
It doesn't surprise me. After the Senior Bowl performance where Pickett kind of seemed to slip a little, Malik Willis has kind of risen the ranks. And here's the thing is that part of some of these players is us getting to know them, right? And getting to know them as a talent.
Especially when you played at Liberty. And
right, these smaller schools. And it's one thing for these names that are coming out of the Alabamas and things is that they're all going to be on Mel Kiper's board. They're all, and even the coaches are so, sometimes like in the NFL, you're so focused on your own team. You're not watching college all the time. So you're watching maybe only the games that are highly publicized. Yeah. But Malik Willis is an unknown commodity to a certain degree. Now, one of the things that's interesting about him is that the kind of the stigma of quarterbacks coming out of these smaller schools has been lifted by guys coming before them, such as like a Carson Wentz to then a Josh Allen, and now Trey Lance jumping up the ranks last year, the darling. Malik Willis can be maybe considered the Trey Lance of this year's draft in some ways. It's like people are worried about his size, being only 6 foot tall, but the narrative of small hands is infiltrated the discussion with Kenny Pickett. So none of these guys, I think, check all the boxes.
Kyler Murray trying to kind of turn the corner on the small QB. Like you can win.
I think Russell Wilson helped with that a lot too. Because that was the only thing that kept people from thinking Russell Wilson was a top talent, was his height at the time. So when you see some of these, look, even Cam Newton goes back to part of that narrative of a guy that can be a mobile quarterback, and how those guys, we can start to respect that as a next level of the game, Lamar Jackson. So some people have to, blaze that trail before you. Malik Willis, though, the most impressive part to me, though, has been his interview process throughout all of this. At the Senior Bowl, he just crushed it. He's super charismatic. He's super smart. He seems dialed in, mature, focused, and ready to take on that kind of leadership role. And there's a kind of humility to him that comes about. And he's only done that again this week. And why I think that's important is, one, we can fall into the trope sometimes of black quarterbacks being athletes first.
Yeah, we look at them like Steve McNair. Who was the Air McNair? Could throw the football, but because you're a black quarterback, we just assume you scramble, run all over the field.
And there's these,
Donovan McNabb.
Yeah, there are these kind of, these kind of hidden words that are used. So athlete, heck of an athlete, can run fast, a running quarterback, heck of a talent, these things. And then on the other hand, you'll hear words like cerebral for somebody else.
Yeah.
And these are all these kind of tropes that we've used. So Malik Willis, though, I think the one thing about this is that the real criticism of him is being in an offense that has been a one-read offense that is really driven through him as a running QB. A lot of times it's like run, pass, run, pass, and you haven't seen him run the pro-style offense. I think the very fact is that you can teach football to people, but the soft skills of commitment, like all of these, I don't know what the right words are, but is that ultimately it feels like this is the meeting room is not going to be a problem for him. Right. The attention is not going to be a problem for him. And I think it's genuine too. At least there's some that cool video I just saw you looking at it of him like giving clothes to a homeless person to go probably sell at a pawn shop or not at like a thrift store. Is that nobody's around and somebody, do you think that's staged?
Well, I was looking for the tweet where somebody had pointed, and I hate all this.
You
honestly. But somebody said it's interesting that the person that tweeted this out is the head of like a marketing firm, like a branding thing.
Okay, so it could be staged.
I still, even if it is, I'm sure he's a fine gentleman. But,
So no, I think his stock is skyrocketed. Now he wasn't perfect yesterday, from what I heard at the combine. I just tuned in at the last second and saw him throwing those bomb passes, which were awesome. So I don't know. Is that right now? It doesn't seem like he is falling even out like into the back end of the first. Is that I saw someone tweet earlier that at one point people were talking about him being a reach at 6 for the Carolina Panthers, and we might start to be wondering if he's going to be there at 6.
Yeah, fascinating to see how these players rise and fall without playing a legit game. But so much happens between the final game of their college season and the NFL draft.
Trey Lance, a great example of that.
Yeah, and he was never really mentioned with the Niners, right?
Right. They were all blowing the smoke about Mac Jones and trading up for that.
That's right. How about this headline, Tony? Well, the athletes of today are bigger, faster, stronger, and continue to get that way. The headline on ESPN.com, 8 wide receivers post 40-yard dash times under 4.4 seconds. That is led, I mentioned the Baylor wide receiver. His name is Tyquan Thornton, and had a 4.21 40. Later, his official time was determined to be 4.28. So he's slow.
Oh,
he's slow.
Yeah, he is slow.
I don't want him. 4.28, it says.
Gosh, well, that's a real disappointment.
But you've got...
Talk about your stock falling.
Yeah, really. He went from, the ghost of Al Davis came out of the coffin and told the Raiders to
whoever drafted John Ross.
Chris Olave, people had eyes on him because he is not only fast, but a super talented wide receiver from Ohio State. He had a 4.25
or something.
Yeah, 5. It was one off of Chris Johnson, I remember. Now, that was like his immediate time. I don't know if they reviewed it or whatever. But, man, you've got some dang track stars at the receiver position running these 40s this year.
I mean, and it probably shouldn't surprise us that this is getting like this. Just like everything over the last 2 decades surrounding college and professional sports is just how professionalized they have become. The days of, you can go and this is on our website, and like I try to interview some old Panther players sometimes, and remember Jason Peter?
Yeah.
The days of guys like crushing beers and just kind of this like laying down in the like doing pranks on the weekends or whatever, this very uber masculine sport, I guess, and kind of on their own in the pros.
I don't want to say hobby, but it's like football is something I do now. It's like football is life,
right?
Like and it has to be if you're. I mean, it's year round in college. You get to right when you're done with your last class or your last football game in college, you start training full time with somebody for the combine, for the draft.
I saw a guy talking about either the Olave or the Tyquan, what was his name? Tyquan Thornton. And a guy said, there's even room for improvement. And he was like a professional, trainer or something.
Well, I was gonna say that too, Tony.
He was like talking about we can put chalk down on the 40 and see which steps go east and west, and to try to north-south these steps even more, and you might even be able to pick up. So I think there's so much help. There's so many facilities.
You're training for each individual drill you're going to be doing to get your time better. More so, and back then you probably just trained to be a good football player. Now you're training to be a good cone drill runner, everything.
And now you're starting it far before you're identified as a talent in college. Is that Terrence Copper? Terrence Copper, you can go train with him,
right?
And as a high school student who has showed promise, you think of this as when we were kids, Clip. In Winterville, like Little League Baseball, just like in Greenville was big, is that I always thought the super rich kids and the ones that I played on Harrington Builders one year, and we had Kenny Biggs and Michael Harrington and
former Pirate Michael Harrington.
Really?
Yeah.
And our coach, his dad, had a pitching machine, and that was like the craziest. It was but we also went to eat at Quincy's, and that was like a big treat in 1989. So this is the natural evolution of this.
Daryl's?
Yeah.
That was right down the road here? Yeah, I'm trying to think of old restaurants.
That one that was like where the post office kind of.
Yeah, it had a real steep entrance way to their parking lot because it took out my muffler one time.
What about the fact that you could drive to Daryl's? I'm not going to say that. We had to ride in the car seat to Daryl's.
We were little boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just remember one time I pulled out of the Daryl's parking lot and I did not quite angle the car out properly.
Yeah.
And it knocked my muffler loose, and so every time I hit a bump, sparks would shoot out from behind my car.
It's like those speed bumps by B-dubs, man. They just destroy your car.
Shirley and car problems, by the way, biggest rivalry in sports. Biggest rivalry going
on. What about was it Pep?
Shirley and car? Somebody hits your car. You got a lot of car stories. My car. She had a road rage incident with Mike Krzyzewski.
It really is. It's insane how many
celebrity interviews.
Yeah,
my car. I've had my car 3 years.
Okay.
I have been rear-ended twice.
Wow.
Within the last year, and I've had someone back their car into my car while it was parked out here in the UBE parking lot.
And then you were stuck in that car for 45 minutes in traffic earlier this week.
And the battery died on Tuesday.
What about
my car and I we've had to come to Jesus meeting this week.
Pepe's Pizza, Tony, was
that's old school.
That was the postseason I remember spot for teams like Little League Baseball, football.
Yeah.
That's where you go, Pepe's, to celebrate a great season. They had some good pizza too.
Green olives on a pizza. That was cool. I think that's cool. I mean, I'm an olive guy.
All right, olive boy. Tony, I think we've hit everything today. And nothing, all at the same time.
Taylor Moton got restructured his contract, Chandler, opening up $11 million in cap space for us to blow on Ian Thomas.
What is the I can't wait for free agency. What would you like to see the Panthers splurge on? We can talk about
Deshaun Watson.
Well, yeah.
Russell Wilson. Other than that, I don't really care. I have no care. Maybe just all offensive linemen.
I was about to say, at least Tony's come around from saying, I'm not going to talk about the roster until we fix the O-line. You did for a moment, then you got back to the O-line.
Yeah.
That's all.
I mean, I just think the other ones would be exciting. The quarterbacks would be exciting.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Next year, we would always have something to talk about. The offensive linemen, though, is I assume what they're going to target and probably just get it all wrong.
I saw.
It's hot here.
I was looking at.
You're about to leave.
I was looking at Panthers Twitter the other day, and I did see somebody have a projected starting lineup with the offensive line, and this guy had I think he's a former Washington Redskin, Scherf.
You think he's he's an all-pro. Let's get a little respect on the man's name.
Oh, please. Hush. Anyway.
Brandon Sheriff's an all-pro.
Had him at the right guard position for the Panthers.
I mean, that would be great for you guys because he's a good player.
Had Christensen at the left guard, and I think he had the Cross kid, assuming we pick him up at 6.
Tony, thanks for hanging out.
Thank you.
Carolina Cat Chronicles C3 podcast. Check it out. YouTube. and enjoy. All right, Tony's got to leave. He's having hot flashes. We'll take a time out, come back. Hour 3, Corey Gloor, our old buddy, joins us. Talk a little Tulane, talk some Pirates, and more with Corey when we return. Hour 3. We'll also make you a winner. Bud Light Next is on the line coming up in Hour 3. That can be yours as well. We're back with more after this.
How much does the word reliable mean? Sure, all businesses describe themselves as reliable, and we certainly wouldn't expect any business to be unreliable, but when you take a word like reliable and make it your way of life, the entire core of your business, it tends to mean a little more. And it's something you have to show people, not tell them. At Delcor, we show it by being there the same day you call. We show it by simply doing outstanding work with exceptional products, a family-oriented work ethic, and genuine caring for all of our neighbors throughout Eastern NC, because in a time of need, we know the first and the only thing you need is someone you can count on. That's why we only use equipment you can count on too, like a train comfort system. It's hard to stop a train. Delcor can have a new train comfort system installed in no time, or we can provide an AC tune-up to make sure your system is performing well. So will your system keep you cool all summer? Find out. Call us. We're Delcor, the service professionals, reliable for over 4 decades. Visit delcorinc.com today.
Great food, great atmosphere, and great service is Ottavola Market Cafe. Ottavola is simply a restaurant that focuses on that, being a great restaurant. There's something for everyone at Ottavola. The menu offers a variety of great choices like pastas, pizzas, sandwiches, soups, salads, and seasonal rotating selections. Lunch or dinner, Ottavola is always the right call. Call ahead and get Ottavola to go, or stop by the bar for a drink with friends. It's simple. Come and eat at Ottavola Market Cafe, Red Banks Road next to Food Lion, and OttavolaMarket.com. Ottavola, Pirates supporting Pirates.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom with Team Coop Strong. We want to invite you to the Coop Strong race on March 19th. This unique race has a 4-mile course, a ruck division, and an awesome after party. Proceeds support the local nonprofit Coop Strong, which provides financial support for those fighting ALS, scholarships in memory of Dr. Nelson Cooper, and funding for ALS research. You can sign up at runtheeast.com and follow Coop Strong on Facebook for all of the details. As always, we appreciate your support, and go Pirates!
Hello, friends. This is Troy D, here to let you know that the Masters is just around the corner. Stock up on all your Masters gear with a visit to Tailgate Classics. Tailgate Classics has a wide variety of vintage, officially licensed Masters polos and hats. Check out Tailgate Classics in person at 304 Evans Street in downtown Greenville or online at shoptailgateclassics.com.
At US Cellular, we know you have a choice of wireless carriers. And while the other guys may limit your choice of free phones, at US Cellular, you can choose any phone from any brand for free. Plus, get unlimited data for just $30 a month with 4 lines. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
Now that life is returning to normal, we have found a lot of good things that came from the pandemic. One of them is not having to go to the wireless store anymore. The Cellular Warehouse team has been in the business of delivering phones to your home and office for 20 years. People found out about our free delivery service and love the ease of getting a new phone, tablet, or hotspot. Call Toby Williams today at 252-799-7051 so you can start experiencing the joy of never going to a wireless store again. Cellular Warehouse, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent.
The North Carolina Strut Masters Championship, presented by Leopold, is coming back to Farmville April 9th. Put your skills to the test against some of the best turkey hunters in the country, like Michael Waddell, Nick Munt, Nate Hosey, and many more. The top scoring birds will win big prizes up to $30,000. There'll be live performances by Mikkel Buck, Nate Hosey, and you never know who else will show up. Deadline to register for 2-man teams is April 2nd. Registration now open at ncstrutmasters.com.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 at 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 at 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Tiebreakers is open every day at 11 a.m. and is the best place to watch your favorite sports while enjoying the best wings in town, along with sandwiches, appetizers, cold beer, and more. Follow Tiebreakers on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates. Tiebreakers in Greenville at Bell's Fork and in downtown Winterville on Railroad Street. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip Brock.
Alrighty, back with you here on Pirate Radio Live on a Free Beer Friday. We got Bud Light next. Coming up in this hour. My goodness gracious, that was delicious. Wings over Greenville. The tender sandwiches are awesome. And Shirley, that was
awesome.
Thank you, Brett Kennedy. Since they gave us a giant plate of those fries, I did grab a handful, if that's okay.
Did you at least use the tongs?
Nope.
Nope.
Let's say that I did.
I hope you washed your hands, mister.
Let's say that I did. All right, moving along quickly. Yeah. Man, not like texture-wise, crispy, perfect. Taste-wise,
now you know why I like them so much.
They are awesome. Garlic parm fries, they can do, just regular, but they'll throw some Cajun seasoning on it.
Yes, they'll do Cajun seasoning.
I get this Cajun seasoning every time.
I think garlic parm's my go-to as well, Shirley. That was awesome.
It is very, very good.
That was awesome. So Wings Over Greenville hooked us up, and now I want more. Maybe we'll have some Thursday for our watch-along, Chan, man.
I'll have to work that out.
Hey, seal the deal, buddy.
I'll do it.
Chandler's our contract guy around here. All right,
he's our closer.
Head out to the Pirate Radio Live line, talk to our old friend, and say hello to Corey Gloor, formerly East Carolina baseball play-by-play voice, now handling all the duties down there for the Tulane Green Wave, and he joins us here today on Pirate Radio Live. Corey, good to chat with you, old pal. How you doing today?
I'm doing well. Was that weird for you to say at this particular time of year, the voice of the Tulane Green Wave?
Very. I've thought about you more than I'd like to admit over the last few weeks, Corey. In fact, you were discussed on the ECU baseball broadcast last Saturday. I was thinking about this, Corey. I'm going to call this the Corey Gloor broadcasting tree. You might disagree, but Scott Rogers gave you a lot of praise for helping him out, and also Spencer Brickhouse, your former broadcast partner, and also Weird Line Feeder for games, was also on that call, and they talked about you for about an entire half inning. So I'm going to say they're part of your broadcast tree, and it was strange to hear those guys talking about you and you not being a part of it.
Yeah, I have a coaching tree now. Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying, yeah, the coaching tree, yeah.
No, I caught a little bit of that broadcast last Saturday. Spencer had texted me earlier on in that week saying that he was going to jump on in Chapel Hill, and so I had a little bit of time before I had to rush off to the airport. And I shot them a note, said, "Hey, I'm listening, sounded good," all that stuff, and they said some nice things about me. I don't know how much of it is true, but they sounded very good. I'm glad Scooter's doing well. And to get Spencer back on the airwaves, that was a good treat, because I know he loved doing that. And so right before he went off to spring training, get him on one more time to get his post-playing career ready.
Corey Gloor joining us. Corey, what is your weekend like? You got some huge games going on for the Green Wave this weekend, with Mississippi State taking on Tulane in baseball, and then the regular season finale in hoops going on in Dallas this weekend. So what does your broadcast schedule look like personally?
Well, I'm in the middle of 6 broadcasts in 6 days. I started with baseball on Tuesday night, a 23-1 win at Southeastern Louisiana, and then baseball Wednesday night, a 10-2 victory over Texas Southern back home, and then last night basketball closed up the home season with a win over UCF. And then tonight I'll have the opener with Mississippi State on the Diamond. I'll have game 2 tomorrow afternoon as well, and then I will be hustling over to Louis Armstrong International Airport as soon as that game is over.
Wow.
And flying over to Dallas to call the regular season finale for Tulane basketball Sunday at SMU.
A busy weekend and week, I guess, and year and life. Busy life, Corey. That's fair to say?
Yeah, it's been busy, and it's a perfect time for me to have caught a pretty wicked cold, and I've been also battling that. So if I don't sound quite as verbose, quite as silky smooth as I have in the past, there's a reason why.
Called the victory last night over UCF. Corey, we sometimes it takes our sports brains time to correct to what's happened currently. Like, I think about the Bengals in the playoffs, and like, well, the Bengals can't win in the playoffs. They haven't done it in 30 years. Well, you know, what happened 30, 20, 10 years ago has nothing to do with this current team. But I bring that up because, like, Tulane basketball started 2-0 in conference play. They come to Minges and lose. And you're like, okay, well, maybe those wins were fluky. And then they'd win a few more. And we get to last night, and they are underdogs to UCF. You've got what I would call maybe an overachieving team in conference play, at least in Tulane, taking on an underachieving team in Central Florida. And Tulane was a home dog in that game to UCF. And it's almost like we're just not ready to accept that this Tulane team is pretty good at basketball. You know what I'm saying? And they continue to win and play well. They had lost a couple in a row, but a big win and an easy win last night, right, Corey? You didn't really have to stress much over that one against UCF.
No, and there was some stress heading in because Tulane had to play without Jalen Cook, who injured himself last week in Temple. And when you have the conference's second leading scorer and he's a player of the year candidate out, then you are in obviously a cause of concern, especially against a team that has beaten URA this year, that is a veteran team. And UCF then came in and didn't have their leading scorer, Darren Green. And so suddenly it became, all right, who can adjust right away without their main offensive threat? And it pretty quickly was answered. That game was never in doubt. And so to go to 10-7 in conference play, you've assured a winning conference season for the first time since joining the American. I think it's the first time in 16 years they're going to have a winning conference season. I did not know they were an underdog until I saw that tweet from you last night. And I usually don't pay attention to that stuff. You and I have talked about that in the past, but I have caught wind about some of the lines for Tulane basketball as the year's gone on, and maybe not quite having maybe the respect from the folks in the gambling community just yet. Like, they were a very narrow favorite on the road at Tampa a few weeks ago, and they bludgeoned USF. They just kind of keep on proving people wrong here, and what has been great to see is that the fan base has really, truly taken to it.
Yeah.
It's been a truly electric crowd when conference play got going. And it has truly brought this team wins at home. I mean, they finished the conference season 7-2 at home. And so now it was a huge moment for Ron Hunter as he winds down his third year to have that place an honest-to-goodness home court advantage.
Yeah.
And when that building, it's small clip, it's only 4,000 capacity, but when that building is even half full, that thing is as loud as any team, as any arena in the league. And it was loud again last night, and UCF was really flustered by it.
Corey, I remember when East Carolina went there, and the Pirates had beat them the first time around. Second time around, Tulane dominated from tip-off to final horn, and that was about the rowdiest I had seen a Tulane ECU game on the road, and it was pretty impressive to see, and you've had some great crowds since then. Now we head to, after the SMU game, Corey, the AAC tournament. East Carolina trying to get into the 7-10 game, and they can do that with a win over Wichita State. That would put them in the first round against USF or Tulsa, and also you avoid Houston in the second round. So really a huge game coming up for ECU. Now on the Tulane side, Corey, you're fighting for a first-round bye, right? You got some scenarios where Tulane could be top four.
There are 4 scenarios here in play. I knew of 3 of them. The conference flew me in on 3 of them last night, and a 4th one has just been made apparent to me, and it involves ECU, strangely enough. Where the simplest one is you win at SMU and you have a first-round bye and you'll be the 4th seed. Now, nobody has won at SMU yet this year. They're 15-0 at home. And so, if you can pull that off, thumbs up, and you really set yourself up nicely for the conference tournament. If that doesn't happen, you need either Temple to lose at home at South Florida, or you need UCF to lose at Tulsa. If one of those two things happen, then Tulane will have a first-round bye. The fourth scenario that comes in is if East Carolina loses at Wichita State Saturday. If that happens, that apparently, from what I've been told here, gets Tulane a first-round bye, because if they wind up tied with UCF record-wise at 10-8, that would be losing at SMU, UCF wins at Tulsa, then you go down the standings list to see how the teams fared against the first-place team and the second-place team, and there's no discrepancy between Tulane and UCF until you get to the Shockers and the Pirates. ECU went 1-1 against Tulane. UCF swept them. Tulane swept Wichita State. UCF went 1-1, and so it comes down. It could come down to that.
Wow,
that could determine if Tulane is a 5 seed or a 6 seed. And we might, Tulane might know by Saturday night, by the time they get to Dallas, if they first run by sewed up, because you play Saturday. So that game at Mindy's Coliseum could loom very large here for Tulane.
It all comes back to Tulane and ECU. The most
I can't escape you guys. It's Greenville. It always comes back to the Pirates.
So Corey may be calling a game on Thursday, but he's hoping, and Tulane's hoping, he doesn't call a game next week until Friday in round 2 of that AAC tournament. Corey, if I give you, and let's take Tulane out of the equation, because I know you think they're going to cut down the nets at Dickies Arena and win the AAC tournament. So Tulane's not an option here. If I give you Houston versus the Field, what side would you take on that to win the American tournament this year?
Well, I'll tell you, if you would have asked me about a week and a half ago, I would have taken the Field. Now, I think Houston has just kind of settled down a little bit. They got punched around a little bit by SMU and Memphis, and then they came to our place and knocked us around pretty good, and then they just walloped SMU. And that was a telltale sign for me that, okay, they're still flexing their muscle here. If they run into Memphis, they will give them trouble. But I'm kind of the mindset where it's Houston until proven otherwise at the moment.
Yeah, we'll see if that is the case there at Dickies Arena coming up next week when the AAC tournament gets underway. Corey, I've been enjoying, you've been working every day. I get to actually watch basketball while I work, so I've been enjoying these conference tournament games going on. We've already seen some upsets in the conference tournaments. You look at last Saturday, Corey, you had 7 of the top 10 teams in the AP Top 25 poll lose. The top 6 teams lose all in one day. First time it's ever happened. So every tournament's fun. The madness is always there, but this one is so unpredictable that there's just not a team at the top unless you really like Gonzaga to finish it out this year the way they couldn't do last year. But this thing's wide open, Corey. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I've had this discussion over the last, frankly, 3 weeks with our team here about who on earth is the best team in college basketball.
Yeah.
And our associate head coach last week just kind of matter-of-factly said Gonzaga, and then they went and lost at St. Mary's. And so it's just I'm no longer on the Gonzaga train. I have been for 15 years. Until they can actually finish the job by this point, I'm done backing them. They need to prove that to me. So I don't know. I don't know where you turn. I think Baylor going into Texas this week in that environment showed me a lot. And now it's hard to repeat. But I think what Baylor just did was kind of flew under the radar a little bit. So I like them again. But no, the March is, as Don Rothstein likes to say, it's March.
Yes, sir.
March. And so it just never quite know what's going to happen. It will be fun, and it will culminate here in New Orleans. Make sure you come on down.
Oh, nice.
Final Four's here, yeah.
Corey, how was your first, Mardi Gras and Fat Tuesday and all that? Did you get all up in that last week?
Yeah, I was able to do a little bit of it. Like last Friday, went out and caught my first true parades. I'd been to one a few weeks ago, but this was kind of the first one in the real heart of Carnival. It was both what I anticipated it would be, and it was unlike anything I'd ever seen before. It's hard to really put into words what a Mardi Gras parade is. It's a lot of costume people throwing stuff around, but it was really just a great kind of celebration of people getting together. And you hear so much about the French Quarter element of it and how it's just rampant drunkenness and whatnot. Well, I stayed away from that. I'm too old for that. But where the parades really go, where kind of the true New Orleans Mardi Gras is in Uptown near Tulane's campus, and it's just families hanging out and enjoying time and cooking out. And it's like a huge tailgate, only a lot more just a true celebration. This was 2 years in the making, and kind of feel the city kind of let loose a little bit after being bottled up for the last 2 years. It was a treat. I didn't do anything Fat Tuesday. We had baseball up at Southeastern Louisiana, and I'm continuing to battle this cold here. But it was a real fun time. It was great to finally be a part of it.
You know, Corey, for me, you know what I call Fat Tuesday?
Tuesday?
Yeah.
Yeah, you and me both, bud.
A little self-deprecation there. Corey, Gloor, what was I going to ask you? Oh, yeah, big weekend of baseball here in Greenville, Corey. Keith LeClaire Classic, and then down there, Mississippi State. So I think the nation will have some eyeballs on the weekend series going on here and where you are. So should be a fun weekend. What's the sounds like Tulane's been scoring runs in bunches, Corey. So I know folks are probably fired up to see the Bulldogs in town this weekend.
Yeah, and I think with the start Mississippi State has had, they're 5-4. They have looked a little bit uninspiring at times. And their home opening weekend against Long Beach, they didn't look great. They got really knocked around by Southern Miss earlier on this week. So I think the folks here see an opportunity to jump into the polls if they can win this series, and they're already starting to catch a little bit of attention with winning the series at Louisiana Tech last week. And they knew heading in that, that series in Ruston and this series here were really massive opportunities to showcase what they think they had. That the question was always going to be pitching-wise with this team. They lost 3 of their 4 from the starting rotation last year. They lost their closer all to the draft. They knew they were going to be able to score, and they've been able to do that. Whether or not they could find the bullets on the mound, and so far they have. The bullpen has really impressed me. They've found enough work in the starting rotation so far in the first 2 weeks of the year. Dylan Carmouche on Saturdays has been terrific. And he's going to see his former team Saturday as a Mississippi State transfer. So that will be a fascinating little added element to this weekend. I think if they can walk out of this series with a series win, you're going to see Tulane ranked, and you're going to start seeing a little bit more momentum surrounding this program as we head into March. They have a ton of home games in March Clip before the conference season begins, and so they think they got a real opportunity here if they can get through this weekend to make a lot of noise before conference play begins.
Yeah, great start. Big weekend for Tulane baseball. Same here with East Carolina as the Pirates trying to get a winning record after a slow start, but 2 straight wins, Corey, over North Carolina and Duke. You know how good that feels to Cliff Godwin, the players, and the Pirate faithful. We'll be visiting Corey Gloor coming up April 22nd through the 24th, East Carolina at Tulane next month in AAC action. Corey, thanks for your time today, man. Have a great call today, tomorrow, and then Sunday on the hardwood, and keep up the great work, and we'll talk to you again soon, buddy.
Cliff, thank you. I hope you are also visiting me at the end of April when ECU baseball comes down here. If you're not, I'll be sad. And enjoy this weekend. This was always one of my favorite weekends on the calendar, the Keith LeClaire Classic for many, many weekends. And you got a great field coming in to that ballpark this weekend, too. So enjoy it. Hope the weather is nice, and I'll catch you down the road.
Corey Gloor, you're the best. Thanks, Corey, for joining us today here on Pirate Radio Live. Hello, by the way.
You're welcome. I'm not off the phone yet, by the way.
You're still there?
Yeah, I'm still there.
Okay, you can hang up now.
No, I'm good.
All right.
I actually miss ECU.
Okay, thanks, Corey.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
Hello.
Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, Shirley Rhodes, let's open up the booty bag.
Oh.
Head fake.
Screw that bumper.
Booty, 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 booty everywhere. Booty, 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 booty everywhere. All right, let's make somebody a winner. A big giveaway today because it is Free Beer Friday. Bud Light next is on the line, as well as a large 2-topping pizza from Domino's. Zero Carb Beer is here, and it can be yours if you're caller number
12 must be 21 or over.
Caller 12 must be 21 or over. 317-1250. We're back with more Pirate Radio Live after this.
Hey, Troy D here with my good friend Kelvin Rawls from Pest Tech. Kelvin, I just want to thank you and Chris and all the great folks at Pest Tech for such awesome service. You totally eliminated the mosquitoes in my backyard, plus the fire ant problem I was having in the yard.
Hey, you're certainly welcome, Troy. I have heard the same thing from all of our customers through the year of COVID. With everyone being home, they want to enjoy the outside and being mosquito, fire ant, and pest free.
Enjoy all your property from the kitchen to the curb. Visit pesttechofgreenville.com today for complete service.
In studio with Jeff Stein from Brown & Wood. What's new, Jeff?
For 2 years in a row, we've been voted #1 in Greenville, so we're super thankful. For 2022, we've decided to make it the year of the customer. We're taking more COVID health safety protocols with some personal test drives where, you don't have the salesperson riding along with the customer. It actually makes them a little bit more comfortable, and they can take a drive and kind of go where they want to go and drive it how they want to drive it.
Brown & Wood, your #1 dealership in Greenville and the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
Hello, Eastern North Carolina. If you're looking for a great place to work with competitive pay and advancement opportunities, Pitt County Schools is hiring. We employ over 3,000 people, and we're one of the largest employers in Pitt County. Pitt County Schools is currently seeking teachers, bus drivers, school nutrition personnel, facilities staff, custodians, clerical staff, and more. We offer advanced leadership opportunities for our educators and competitive pay for our skilled labor force. Come work for a diverse, thriving school system and be an important part of ensuring success for the students of Pitt County who are the future of Eastern North Carolina. To fill out an application, visit our website today at pittschools.org. That's pittschools.org, or go directly to our job postings at bit.ly/PCS employment. That's bit.ly/PCS employment. Pitt County Schools, engaging, empowering, and elevating every student and every staff member every single day.
The North Carolina Strut Masters Championship, presented by Leopold, is coming back to Farmville April 9th. Put your skills to the test against some of the best turkey hunters in the country, like Michael Waddell, Nick Munt, Nate Hosey, and many more. The top scoring birds will win big prizes up to $30,000. There'll be live performances by Mikkel Buck, Nate Hosey, and you never know who else will show up. Deadline to register for two-man teams is April 2nd. Registration now open at ncstrutmasters.com.
Kinetic Physical Therapy and Wellness is hosting its annual Live Well Half Marathon, free 5K, and free 1-mile fun run on Saturday, March 12th at Greenville Town Commons. Whether you're a professional runner or a first-time runner, this event allows you to experience the benefits of exercise and healthy living with your Pitt County community. All courses are U.S. Track and Field certified and safe. From vendors to half-marathon finisher medals to an official award ceremony, this family-friendly event provides a fun and vibrant atmosphere. Come out and have a good time. Register today at kptonline.com.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Avoid the long check-in lines and congestion at the big airports and fly local at PGV. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has more American Airlines flights. Book today at aa.com. PGV, where the pirates fly.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is proud ECU graduate and former baseball player Brandon Manning inviting you to join my team at Farm Bureau Insurance. Right now is a good time to review your coverage with a local trusted agent like me. I will make myself available before or after business hours, and my clients always have my cell phone number if they need anything. From home, auto, or life, give me a call today and let's talk about your insurance coverage and about the Pirates. Call 531-1812 and go Pirates!
This is Zach Agnos, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Congratulations to John Moody. He was our big winner for Free Beer Friday. He walks away with a 12-pack of Bud Light Next. And a large two-topping pizza at Domino's. Zero Carbs beer is here, introducing Bud Light Next. Super crisp and refreshing light beer brewed for what's next. Look for Bud Light Next at your favorite retailer today. Bud Light, proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989 and the official beer of the ECU Pirates. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
Pirates in a little bit of trouble here in the top of the fourth inning. 1 out, runners on second and third, and Indiana State has just tied the game at 2 apiece. Jake Kuchmaner leaves the game and ran into a little bit of trouble.
Still mad about it.
Now he is out. That was just a high chopper back to the mound, and the pitcher gets the out at first when a run scores. And now we've got a ground ball to second, which is going to score another run, but the Pirates are able to get the lead out.
It
the
should
lead
be
runner
just
at third.
tied.
Yeah.
Dude, he was like 3 feet from home plate. All he had to do was toss it to Newton.
Would have been bang bang.
All right, softball Shirley.
Would have been bang
Just
bang.
saying, it's a smart play. Don't go to first. You're throwing farther from where your position is to first than you were if you just tossed it to home plate.
But the runner was a lot closer to home than the runner was to first.
Yeah, and if you take that risk and throw home and you don't get that out, then you don't get that out and you're still in a jam, which the Pirates, even thrown over the first, you still had guys at second and third. But
that's not good either. Another base hit. So it's 3-2 Indiana State.
Oh, no.
With 2 outs in the fourth inning. Why'd you say, oh, no?
I thought it got away there, but thankfully somebody was there to back it up. You always have to have a backup man.
That's right. And hopefully Washington, the Commanders, have a backup plan.
Oh.
Because Ian Rappaport tweeting out just a few moments ago, how serious are the Commanders in their search for a quarterback? Sources say they made a strong offer to the Seahawks on Russell Wilson. They didn't go anywhere, but a sign that Washington is ready to deal. Ian Rappaport then says Washington has called essentially everywhere about finding a quarterback. Now this is starting to feel like when they don't get a quarterback, they can say, well, we tried. We did all we could. Sorry, folks. You're stuck with... Name that old veteran. We found another McCown brother that's going to play in the league and play for us. So I don't know. They might have to go the draft route if they're unable to find a veteran. But it looks like, according to Rappaport, again, this sounds like somebody from the team is feeding this to them. Like, hey, put this out there so our fans get off our back that we're trying to find a starter. And this stuff too, Ian Rappaport, given what they have on the roster, they may be a quarterback away. And then in his next tweet, he says, 7-10 last year with a solid backup. A surefire starter changes everything for a team ready to compete. Is Rappaport working for the Washington Commanders now?
Here's a good question. Has Ian Rappaport played a down of football in his life?
Oh, Jeff Garcia, got him. Well done. When's the last time he threw a pass?
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good question.
Good night. Thank you. You're welcome. Good morning. Good night.
I like it.
Period. End of discussion.
Told Scott Rogers I like that strikeout call.
What was it?
Good morning, good afternoon, and good night.
Oh, I like that. All right, so Washington's trying to get a quarterback. Good for you, Commanders. Well, get one, you know? Let's not talk about it. Let's be about it. Is that a fair ball?
No.
If it is, we are in a lot of trouble. Runners on second and third, 2 outs in the fourth inning. Indiana State has scored 2 in the frame and taken a 3-2 lead over East Carolina.
I guess you can strike out Carter Spivey off the list of potential starters on Sunday. He is now in the game for the Pirates, but trying to get out of this jam. East Carolina coach, his day is done. He got into a little bit of a situation there, so Spivey trying to limit the damage here. But Pirates now find themselves down a run after getting up 2-0 early in this game.
I'm trying not to look at Shirley for her spoilers. and a ground ball to short, and they're out of the inning. All right, good deal. So Pirates trail it 3-2 as we head to the bottom of the fourth. Stephen Igo tweets out, ECU has to get more than 4 innings from a Friday starter this season. Cooch Manor looked good early, some quality hitting by Indiana State, and an error has ended his day. So Igo's point, and we talked about the Friday struggles going into this weekend. East Carolina has been basically blown out of both Friday games so far this year. And part of that is the pitching, not going deep into games and having to rely on the bullpen. And obviously you don't want to have to use up your golden bullpen arms on Friday. But Carter Spivey went, 4+ against North Carolina last Sunday?
Sunday, yeah, had a great outing against the Tar Heels.
If he's going all right, they could probably extend him on into, maybe the 7th, hopefully through 6.
Yeah.
That'd be fantastic.
So...
All right, so we'll keep an eye on that one. Some other scores on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by Buck. Right now, you've got East Tennessee State trailing the Citadel 39-36 in the first round of the SoCon tournament. So a 3-point lead right now for the Citadel. Loyola Chicago knocked off Bradley 66-50 in the Missouri Valley Conference tournament. Also earlier today in the Valley, it was 78-65 Northern Iowa winners over Illinois State. Longwood, the top seed in the Big South, beat North Carolina A&T in overtime earlier today, 79-65. Some games going on later. Big South at 6 o'clock, High Point versus Winthrop. Missouri Valley later tonight, Valpo versus Missouri State. Also in the SoCon tonight, Western Carolina and Mercer. And how about Campbell Gardner-Webb? Nice in-state matchup tonight. Tim Kraft and his Gardner-Webb running Bulldogs taking on the Fighting Haymeyers of Campbell. That is tonight, 8 o'clock on ESPN+. Also the Ohio Valley tournament going on tonight. Murray State, a big favorite over Southeast Missouri State. And the West Coast Conference tournament has a couple of games tonight. Loyola Marymount versus BYU and San Diego versus Portland. Also, Belmont Morehead State. That's a really good game tonight in the semifinal between those two teams. 2 20-win teams there. 10:30 on ESPNU. What a night of hoops we have coming your way.
Late night hoops.
Tonight. And the Bonnies will play on ESPN2 as they took a step back earlier this week with a loss to VCU. They'll try to win at home tonight against Richmond.
Have you donned the new Bonnie shirt courtesy of Robert Matthews?
I have not. In fact, I'll definitely break that out for the A10 tournament next week. Maybe they'll play on Thursday and I can go ECU, Pirate Radio shirt, whatever for the basketball game. Take that off. Have the Bonnies underneath.
I was hoping it'd be bare skin.
Well, Chandler, you can't always get what you want, son.
You can't always get
Oh, speaking of that, I watched a movie last night I had never heard of, did not know existed.
I saw you tweet about this.
I went to, I like to go to Reddit, and I went to, either their movies page or the movie suggestions, because, they'll come up with stuff that I've never heard of, and I'm looking for new stuff to watch. And I saw Fallen. It was a 1998 movie. Amazing cast.
With Denzel Washington?
John Goodman, Donald Sutherland, James Gandolfini.
Underrated.
And it wasn't the best movie, but it had a very interesting premise. You're probably not going to watch it, are you?
And it's on where, I'm sorry?
I watched it on Stars. But anyway,
if I could find it somewhere on a streaming app,
it's 1998. I'm not. If I can spoil it now. Yeah, it's no spoilers alert. I mean, come on. So there's some kind of demon force type thing, but it's transferred by touch. So now you're the demon, and now you're either going to kill somebody or touch somebody and transfer it to somebody else.
Well, if nobody knew, I can just be like, I want to shake your hand. I want to shake your hand.
This is not good.
I want to shake his hand. I want to shake his hand. I want to shake his hand. I want to shake his hand.
So it all started with this guy being executed, and he's singing "Time Is on My Side" by the Rolling Stones, and the scene where Denzel finally figures out what's going on, it somehow got to somebody inside the police station. and James Gandolfini saying time is on my side, and Denzel's like, wait, that's the song, something's wrong with him. And then he runs into a guy, and then that guy sings the next line of the song, and Denzel's eyes are like going, and then they keep passing it on, and everybody's singing and it's really creepy. It's a creepy scene.
That is very creepy.
And they're all singing the Rolling Stones song, and I thought, again, not a great movie. I'm just more fascinated that a movie with that many stars happened that I wasn't aware of, because I feel like I'm at least aware of all the movies out there. But maybe not.
I see what you mean.
That was a cool, neat story, wouldn't you say?
Cool, neat story.
That got us through the timeout and one out.
Cool, neat story.
Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate it. One out in the bottom of the fourth for the Pirates.
Speaking of Jeff Charles,
yeah,
on the way to Wichita today. I think he already made the trip.
He's pulling a white stripes, going to Wichita.
Jesus.
What?
That wasn't bad.
Thank you. I mean, that's exactly what.
Whether it's good or bad, I'm always going to go, oh, boy.
You're always going to shake your head a little bit. And I just have to do it. I can't stop myself.
I mean,
it's a sickness.
You just can't help it.
It's a sickness, I tell you.
Let's get the pumping.
All right.
That's my new
That's kind of like a reset. When you hear that, we just kind of reset.
All right, let's get the pumping.
Yeah, and we'll talk about something else. Josh Moylan up 3-2 count. Pirates trailing 3-2.
Need some base runners
in the fourth inning. Need some ducks on those ponds. Why did I say Josh Moylan? Because that is not him. That is Carter Cunningham. Yeah, I don't know why I said that. Guess what, Chandler? We got a base runner.
Sweet.
Ball 4. Let's take a break. We'll come back. We will continue to let you know what's going on here at Clark LeClaire Stadium and have more for you on Pirate Radio Live here on a Friday. We're back with you after this.
I can't think of anyone who doesn't love a clean car, but how often do you actually go to the car wash? Does it take too long, or maybe it's just not a very nice place? Tommy's Express changes everything. Our wash is bright, inviting, clean, and fast.
I love the flat conveyor belt. So easy to pull onto, much smoother ride, and safer for my car.
And when you join Tommy Club, you can wash as often as you like for one low monthly price.
I save money and time.
We're Tommy's Express.
At the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road, Greenville. UBE and PirateWear.com is excited to offer Pirate Nation the largest selection of new ECU merchandise and tailgate supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town, so that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young Pirates in to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kids store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking uptown in Greenville. Visit them at PirateWear.com. Go Pirates!
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Hey Pirate fans, Derek Pizzeni from Carolina Wealth Management. Are you a fiduciary? That's a question every investor should ask their advisor. A fiduciary is an individual who acts in the best interest of a particular person or beneficiary. Is your advisor a fiduciary? You should know it's your money. At Carolina Wealth Management, we do things differently from other investment firms. To learn more about the benefits of working with a fiduciary advisor, visit mycarolinawealth.com. That's mycarolinawealth.com.
University PC Care has been busier than ever repairing personal PC and Mac computers and iPhones during this pandemic. And we thank you for your support. Now, with everyone streaming and doing work from school and home, you may have discovered that your home Wi-Fi just isn't cutting it. It may be time to upgrade your home network, and University PC Care can help. To make a network assessment appointment and discover upgrade options that fit your home, go to talktowilliam.com or learn more at universitypccare.com.
Grow Rug 26 is coming to Greenville March 25th through the 27th. This is DJ Fussell from F3 ENC, inviting all men to sign up now for this leadership training event. The Grow Rug training events are designed to help men become high-impact men by reinforcing the F3 mission of invigoration of male community leadership. To register or to learn more, please visit f3enc.com. That's f3enc.com. Remember, you don't have to be great to get started, but you've got to get started if you want to be great.
Chico's Mexican Restaurant is where the fiesta never ends. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's every Wednesday for shrimp tacos for only $9.99. Plus Wednesdays means all Mexican imports for only $2.75. Thursdays, enjoy your favorite beef, chicken, or vegetable fajitas for only $9.99. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's in downtown Greenville, and now available through DoorDash, featuring a half-gallon of the famous margarita mix to go for only $9.99. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
This is Mark Washington with Max Sports Performance at Max Fitness. Our facility has reopened and is following all safety protocols. The best thing you can do to strengthen your immune system is, of course, to work out and exercise on a regular basis. I can assist you as your performance coach. You can also enjoy the benefits of a private facility. Avoid the crowds and work out at Max Fitness. Now is the time to get healthy. Max Fitness, just off Highway 43 in the old Ace Hardware building behind Speedway in Greenville. Call me, Mark Washington, 902-4877.
This is Coach Blake Harrell, defensive coordinator for East Carolina football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
Listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Taking a look at your stock market report for today. The Dow fell 179 points and closed at 33,614. NASDAQ was down 224 at 13,313, and the S&P dropped 34 points and closed out the week at 4,328. That's your Wells Fargo Advisors financial report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Wow. You always hear, run it out. You know, you never know what's going to happen. You
run it out.
You hit a fly ball. East Carolina hit a routine fly ball to center field. It is dropped. Was that the shortstop trying to go back on it?
It was the shortstop trying to go back on it. I think it was a communication error too. Center fielder finally comes in and I guess misread the.
So that was the center fielder.
It was the center fielder,
and the ball goes over his head.
You could see him get under it, and then all of a sudden he reaches back. The ball lands on the turf, and the Pirates tie it up thanks to that costly error by Indiana State.
What a lucky play for the Pirates there, as Indiana State was about to get out of the inning. Instead, 2 outs, 1 on in the bottom of the fourth, and we are tied at Clark McClure Stadium, so we will take it. Thank you very much.
Plenty of baseball left, too, just in the bottom of the fourth, and the fourth continues after that error, and a man on first for the Pirates.
I'm not sure how I feel about Indiana State's hat. I love a tri-colored hat with the black backing, white front panel, and then a blue bill. I don't know how I feel about the I and the S, as there's another fly ball. You think he'll drop this one?
No.
Hates the catch.
Guy looked nervous, though.
He did, to end the inning. So Pirates tied up as we head to the fifth over at Clark McClure Stadium, 3-3.
2 errors for the Pirates, and then that one there for Indiana State. And that one for Indiana State cost them a run. Stanked. What is a sycamore? Is it a bird? No.
Oh, boy. Shirley, are you paying attention to us? Please get in here.
What's a sycamore?
No.
Please get in here.
You want me to come in there?
No. I want you to listen. Did you hear Chandler's question?
What is a sycamore?
A sycamore is a tree.
A tree. A sycamore tree. I've heard of that.
This is when people say Chandler is doing a bit.
I've heard of that. I didn't know if it was a tree.
No. You missed when he said, "Is it a bird?"
But see, I thought it was a bird, but they sit in that tree. The bird sits in a sycamore tree.
Lordy. Every day. You're. How are your grades? I mean, you're a pretty smart guy, right?
I'm a dumbass. If that's what you're asking.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Yes, yeah.
Dumbass?
No, I was in beta club.
I got a joke, but
what is it?
I can't say it.
Oh, I was in beta club. I was in the National Honor Society, and
God.
Why don't we pull up Wikipedia for the word sycamore? How about that? Let's see.
Hey, you know what? If it's a bird, Chandler, I'm going to give you a lot of credit.
It's not a bird.
Sycamore is a name which has been applied to several types of trees.
It's a Baptist church.
Sycamore school.
They do have a sycamore school, yes.
We had to do the leaf project in school. That was a huge project. We had to go collect all these different kinds of leaves and put them in a book. And
Horticulture.
Yeah.
I knew that the class for plants was horticulture.
That's pretty good.
And I'm back.
Yeah.
Like I'm back. Like I feel like I'm a smart guy.
Yeah.
But after asking that and I could ask that and someone said, "Oh, it's a tree." But I asked you, Charlie, get in here. This dumbass.
Chandler, no, don't do that. That was a dumb question. And the fact you said, "Is it a bird?" Like the majestic sycamore flying through the skies.
Doesn't sycamore kind of sound like a bird?
No.
You got the cardinal, you got an eagle, you got the oriole, and you got a sycamore.
The flight of the sycamore. All right, so we've got that under wraps now. It is 3-3, top of the fifth. That is not Carter Spivey. Is that Garrett Saylor?
It is Garrett Saylor.
Okay. Oh, he shaved off the chin hair and has gone just mustache. The only way you can tell the players now, as I saw the 36 on his sleeve, and said that is not Spivey, that is Garrett Saylor.
I do. I love the vests. I've always been a vest guy.
Did y'all have them in high school?
I did. There was one time where we wore vests, and that was very cool for me and very special. A special time in my life. And I do remember like the Ryan Wood days, the Henderson, I can't remember his name. He did wear number 23. They wore vests back in the day for ECU. And I used to love those uniforms. So I really like these uniforms too. And I like the cursive pirates too on the front. So, but the undershirt's pretty cool with their number on the side, so you can identify the player.
Well, right now, obviously I'm watching the game, but I'm also kind of checking out, mustaches that have been in full form. Of course, C.J. Mayhew, the reigning champion for Mustache March last year. But I have to say that Jacob Jenkins Cowart has a pretty bitchin' stash going on right now.
Did you hear that, Chandler? A bitchin' stash.
Yeah.
Can we say that on the air?
I don't know. Shirley said it. If Shirley said it, it goes.
Let's see how. Well, I am excited to see how Saylor performs back in his natural habitat coming out of the bullpen. So
his natural habitat, kind of like a sycamore in the forest. Well, he just gave up a base hit there, habitat man. Robert asking, how do I like Cal Irvine's hats? I had to look at them. Yeah, a lot going on there.
Definitely don't like that one.
I don't think I like it. Too many letters.
The banana slugs, do they have a hat?
Sure.
I don't think I've seen like t-shirts, but I don't think I've ever seen their hats.
Yeah. Are you talking about Savannah Bananas or
No.
Okay.
I'm talking about the banana slugs. It's
a California team, right?
Yeah, it's a California team.
UC Santa Cruz.
Santa Cruz, that's
Banana
it.
Slugs hat. Let me see if I can. Now, I don't see like their baseball hat, but I see other ones with the logo on it.
Okay, they may not.
That is a pretty cool one, Shirley. It's like the old school. It's got it in cursive. It says Banana Slugs.
Banana Slugs. I like it.
Santa Cruz.
I like it. That's old school.
I like that. All right, we got to get our final break in. Let's do that when we return. We'll wrap up this Friday edition of Pirate Radio Live. We'll be back with you after Chandler says something.
Fly like a sycamore.
Like a sycamore.
It's a tree.
Fly like a sycamore. We'll be right back right after this.
How much does the word reliable mean? Sure, all businesses describe themselves as reliable, and we certainly wouldn't expect any business to be unreliable, but when you take a word like reliable and make it your way of life, the entire core of your business, it tends to mean a little more. And it's something you have to show people, not tell them. At Delcor, we show it by being there the same day you call. We show it by simply doing outstanding work with exceptional products, a family-oriented work ethic, and genuine caring for all of our neighbors throughout Eastern NC, because in a time of need, we know the first and the only thing you need is someone you can count on. That's why we only use equipment you can count on too, like a train comfort system. It's hard to stop a train. Delcor can have a new train comfort system installed in no time, or we can provide an AC tune-up to make sure your system is performing well. So will your system keep you cool all summer? Find out. Call us. We're Delcor, the service professionals, reliable for over 4 decades. Visit delcorinc.com today.
March Madness Preview, sponsored by Geico.
Contested fadeaway three, off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound, Quinones underneath, scoops it up, no! But the follow jam by Jalen Dunn, soaring in with 2 hands to cram it home.
The Memphis Tigers' upset win at Houston was one of the biggest this season. To find out who will have the upset magic in the big dance, stay tuned for Westwood One's exclusive NCAA tournament coverage, right here.
Family. It looks a little different for everyone. For some, it's mom and dad. For others, roommates who feel like family. And for others, it's your significant other, their golfing buddies, your children, a high school soccer team starting lineup, and oh look, they're all taking you up on the offer to stay for dinner, really testing the limits of that phrase, the more the merrier. But no matter where you call home, Geico makes it easy to bundle and save on home and car insurance. Easier than making 3 frozen pizzas and assorted frozen veggies into a cohesive meal.
Woo! Papa John's just took their fresh, never frozen dough and hand stretched it New York style. So you can fold it or not. Ain't gonna lie though, I fold it. Get a New York style pizza from Papa John's.
Hey, Pirate fans, the new Papa John's New York Style Pizza is a MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, the official pizza of the ECU Pirates.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Holt Nailers for my friends at Arc Point Labs. Just as I trust my teammates, you can trust Arc Point Labs to give you quick and accurate results for all your laboratory testing needs. If you are in need of COVID testing for your return to school, work, or for travel, Arc Point Labs is offering same-day PCR and antigen testing with little to no wait time. Please visit any of the 6 Eastern North Carolina Arc Point Labs locations or make an appointment now at onehourcovidresults.com. Go Pirates!
Do you have any real estate questions about buying or selling residential or commercial properties? Are you curious about this current real estate market? Do you need a property manager for all your rental houses? This is proud ECU alum Scott Harris with RE/MAX Preferred Realty and SD Harris Properties, and I would love to help answer every question you have and show you a real estate experience that will be memorable and enjoyable. Every step of the way, I'm here to make your dreams a stress-free reality. Call me today at 347-1857. That's 347-1857. Go Pirates!
If you love the food at Villa Verde, and hey, who doesn't? Now Villa Verde makes it even easier for you to order takeout. Tell us about it, Jay.
If you go to myvillaverde.com, you can order online, and we'll have it ready for you to go. Plus, you can pick it up at either one of our locations. No waiting in line to pay, and no waiting at all. Just pick it up and go. With online ordering from myvillaverde.com or from our mobile app, plus even from our Facebook page. Villa Verde, with 2 Greenville locations to serve you. Villa Verde, a platform for good.
Pirate radio sounds different.
Different is good. We are all the same. You'll be ashamed.
Because different is good.
Oh yeah.
Pirate radio.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
All right, getting ready to wrap up Pirate Radio Live. Thanks for tuning in today. Fun day on a Free Beer Friday with the Bud Light next. Thanks to Wings Over Greenville for some awesome food, too.
Yes. By the way, I got a text from Troy, a picture. And for those that don't know, Troy, Clip, he has twin boys. He had one of them here in the studio a while ago, Bryce. He enjoyed the Wings Over, but his other son, Tyler, is a big wing fan. And I told him to give me a review from Tyler of the tender sandwiches, and I got a picture from Troy, and Tyler approves. It is Tyler Dreyfus approved. So a thumbs up to Wings Over all around here at the studio. Wings Over Greenville. They deliver.
They deliver. They deliver. Pirates and Sycamores tied at 3.
Big strikeout by Garrett Saylor. 2 outs, man on second. Still have a tie ball game.
Shirley Rhodes, we'll see you Monday, 3 o'clock. Great work as always. Chan Man, we'll see you as well. Got the high school huddle with Morgan Ehlers coming up next right here on Pirate Radio. We'll talk to you Monday at 3. Have a great sports weekend. So long, everybody.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio, WGHB.
Coach at Providence Day High School in Charlotte. He'll be joining us here. Chad is a former East Carolina football player, and he is a traveling